All right, welcome to the show, guys. I see KR is here already. Happy days. Thank you very much for joining me, KR. Let's talk about anything we need to talk about. Let's talk about this. Let's have a look at this and let's see what's going on. Let's see who's on the stream. And I'm getting fed up of this. How the stream bugs out, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to smash that like button. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. And let's go into the stream and have a look and see what's going on. Thanks for jumping. Yeah, bro, anytime, anytime. I was kind of feeling bored. I just came home and I thought, you know what? Cat's being annoying, so I might as well just ignore her, jump on a stream and see what's going on. And also do a nice little market update and everything. And you did mention something earlier on. I haven't had the time to go in and kind of check what's going on. So we'll have a little look. I mean, I'm not going to do this on the stream because it would take forever for me to investigate what's happened with the Litecoin, because I know you asked me to investigate that. I would definitely investigate it, but right now, I think the story is not clear yet. If I am going to dig around, I will have to go on chain and see exactly what's going on and a few more bits and bobs. Probably look at the leverage markets and see exactly what the leverage market's been doing. Move out there and see what's going on. What I need to see is the volume of sales to see, okay, how many sales were there and was there a pre-buy just before the news came out? Because if that was the case, then someone obviously manipulated the market and done it. So that would be something that I would have to definitely look at. Also, KR, if you're still on the stream, if you can share the link, bro, that would be really, really nice. If you can share the link on Discord, on maybe on WhatsApp and this and that would be awesome. Um, investigation. Yeah, I mean, listen, it will be cool. I'll try and track it down if I can. But I remember when you said, I said no comment. The sole reason is, come on, as soon as you mentioned the news to me, I'm on the stream. Did you see me go anywhere? What did I say? I wanted pen and paper. Now, one of the most important thing is whenever any partnerships or anything happen with Litecoin, usually the news is broken out by Litecoin Foundation and the main teams, right? We don't see some Tom, Dick, and Harry from Litecoin or claiming to be from Litecoin jumping in and giving us some breaking news. It's usually Litecoin, right, directly themselves. So all of that is kind of fishy, when you look at it. So someone clearly, had a large buy. I reckon they had a large buy before the news broke out. They probably even had a massive long, probably a 10x, 15x, 20x long, and then they just basically decided to, hype the market. Market reacted with that, and as soon as the market reacted with that, basically, everything hyped up. Also, actually, I just realized something because I just realized my audio is coming from Discord. Bro, if my audio is coming from Discord, I just wanted to, yeah. So if the audio is coming from Discord, well, you're in luck. You can join me on the live and ask me questions via there. I've got space for 3 people at the moment, so another 2 people can join me. That's not an issue. So if you just jump into this YouTube live section, you can actually join in and ask me questions directly. Then obviously be prepared because everyone on YouTube will be actually listening to your questions as well. And we'll definitely talk on this kind of stuff. I don't have an issue. So jump in, hop in. If you want to just come on live and talk to me and ask me questions or whatever, hop in. There's 2 more space there. We can have a nice little conversation here. So that's awesome because the stream is taking the feed from this audio, so which is awesome. Okay, let me get out of this area here. All right, let's get out of this and let's go back into the stream and see what's going on. Right, so, right. Quick market update is awesome, bro. BTC, definitely. We'll jump into those stuff. That's not an issue, right? We'll have a look at all of those things. Not an issue at all. Let me see what's going on. Right. Okay, we've got some HODL news coming on to our Discord server, which is good. I mean, it's always constantly updating. Guys, if it gets annoying, let me know. I'll switch it off. But I think it's really cool to have it there because at least we're getting all the latest news and information coming to us, feeded to us, which saves me a lot of time, I'll be honest with you. So that's pretty awesome. Now, BTC. Let's have a look at BTC. What is BTC doing right now? Let's look at this. This is a pretty clean chart. Let's have a look at this clean chart and let's switch off the log chart for a second and also check log this off as well. And let's look at it at shorter time frames and see what the hell is going on in the market, right? So when you're looking at the hourly, you can see that we've had this massive dump, right? And this was the Litecoin dump. I'm going to call it the Litecoin dump. This is the Litecoin dump. Just before the Litecoin dump, remember I was talking about how we are trying to hold a specific line. And I mentioned to you on the previous stream as well, look, we're not bullish at all, right? For us to be bullish, for us to actually reverse this trend, there's this one stupid candle sitting here that we need to go above, right? Let's show you. This candle here, technically. So this 47 candle here is 47,500 or something. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's 47. Basically, this neckline here. If we can break this specific neckline, then obviously we meet the next target and we can do a zone here and see what's going on. But as you can see, the market was going down. And I was telling you that, look, all we're trying to do is defend our 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving. We're trying to defend those. Very, very important for us. And then we had the Litecoin dump, right? Where, you know, Litecoin, whoever it was, like fake news, and killed everybody off, right? So that was the Litecoin dump. And then since then, as you can see, market's been creeping up a little bit. Volume has been coming in. However, I don't see positive volume. I'm seeing very weak volume. You see, volume action is very, very weak here. I would really love to see a lot more volume come in, especially on these shorter time frames. And then as we work our way out, right, of this, right, so we start working out and saying, like, okay, fine, we're here right now. So now let's start moving into, one second, sorry. When we start moving into these things, what we want to do is start looking into how the RSI is also forming here, right? So Stochastic Rsi. I think this is the one that I use. Not this one. Okay, I mean, we can use that. It's not a problem. Okay, I'll just use this. I'll find my other one later. I'm not sure where it is. Hold on, let me see if I've got it here, because I know it's got it here. RSI. There it is. There it is. This one here is the one I use. It's a very good RSI indicator, and I've already got a default set up on it. So on the hourly, looks awesome. If you look here carefully, it looks awesome how the RSI is now forming upwards. There is a oh no, actually no, there isn't. This is bullish. So the blue is on top of the red, which is also bullish. This is what we like to see. So on the hourly, it's showing bullish, which is good. So the sentiment is changing, but just not enough volume coming into this, right? And we'll talk about the volume in a little bit, so we can track what's going on. When we're looking at the 2 hourly, also you can see that the 2 hourly wasn't as bullish, but it's just coming up. You can see how this blue line is just coming into this. So on a slightly longer time frame, not 100% bullish yet. And as we progress along this, we can see the 3 hour, for example, 3 hour showing definitely bullish. We should be moving back up again, everything looking good. We've come to test this body again, as you can see, which looks awesome. So when you're looking at this, you can see that we've just come to test this body, and now we should be pushing forward. So this is good, that we should be able to invalidate this if we can break above this, right? When we start looking at the 4 hourly, we're seeing the same story. We've just come and printed a new 4 hourly candle, and we are trying to go bullish on this one. So this one, I think we printed this at 7 p.m. if I'm correct. It was around 7 p.m. I believe it was. Was it 7 p.m.? No, it was around 9 p.m. Sorry, my bad. It was about 9 p.m. we printed this, so this is the time we've got remaining. If we look at the daily, so far so good. So when we're looking at a higher time frame. So if we did go below this, that would have created a lower low. So far this low is actually higher than this low, which is okay. So not that bad, you know, compared to the others. Of course, it is a lower low, but I'm just looking at this 4-day, looking super solid. And as I said, it is indicating bullish. Everything is indicating bullish, but there is one problem that I do still see on the charts. And when I'm looking at the weekly, weekly look. Weekly indicator showing it's bearish because there's not enough volume coming in. I mean, if you just look at this area here, you can see since this particular candle, since this dump that we had in May, what was it? The 19th of May or whatever, that specific dump we had, we haven't really seen volume come back in. So if you look at this, there's this bearish divergence forming on these candles, right? On these volume candles, and we just haven't seen anything go back above. What we want to really see is a candle coming in and probably invalidating at least this point, right? We want to see some serious levels of volume coming in. That's when we know when it's the push, right? So all of that, but as I said, monthly definitely bullish. If you look at the monthly showing bullish, the signs are all bullish because we are extremely oversold. You see, we have been extremely oversold. However, the RSI is still indicating that there may be slightly coming back down, but then we have seen these patterns before where it shows, okay, we might be coming down and then we see a reversal, coming down, we see a reversal. So we just got to observe and see exactly what's going on. But one thing I'm bullish about is this trading signal is telling us on a monthly, saying, okay guys, if you're on a long term, you might actually see a massive pump here and see where we go from there. So I'm gonna hodl. I'm just hodling. I'm not gonna react to anything right now. I'm just gonna wait and observe and see what the market wants to do. Because these are important patterns that we've got to follow. We do know we've got a golden cross coming very soon, whether it is tomorrow or the day after. We're not sure. So far, remember, our projection has always been around the 15th. So let's see what it does. Do we get this? Does this actually kind of pump the market? That's the key, I think. The word I'm looking for is, does this actually pump the market? And if it does, then how far can it take us? So let's have a look and see, because this whole situation that we've had has been quite bad, right? Quite bad. But as I said, as long as we can stay above these necklines, we're fine. This is probably a key level that we need to stay above, right? And when I'm looking at a pattern on this line, for example, if I just put this here, let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this for the sake of it, and then just show you a little pattern that I'm looking at, right? So, we've had this move. So let me show you what I mean. So we've had this move, which is super bullish. Then we've come here, all right? Awesome. There was really nothing here. We didn't really create much of a support here. But then what we did this, and then we did this, which is awesome. Then we did this, which is awesome. Then we did this, as you can see, and then we did this, which is awesome. And then we broke down, unfortunately, which is okay, right? But if you look carefully, you will see that this level here, right, not much of a support, but it did find support based on this area, so it respected that. And then we respected that with this particular area. You can see we respected that. Here you can see we kind of respected these few candles here, so there is actually a little bit of a mini support here. If you look carefully at this one red candle, this was mini support. So we did find this area, which is fine. And this was an engulfing candle, which is awesome, right? So we found this area and we did kind of respect this. Here's where we broke down. This one candle, liquidation candle, broke us down, brought us back down to here now. And this is what we need to support. We can't come below this. Do you know what I mean? And if we can reverse this, then the upside, and I mentioned this before as well, I actually mentioned it a short while ago, the upside is usually double. So if we do go down, we can see a good distance coming down to about $41,000 level. And where is that level here? So you see here, this area here, if we do come low, we can see a 41.7, I believe it was 41.7. So we might see this. Where is it? Let me show you. So let me show you this. So, okay, here it's showing about 41.3 when I did some maths, but 41.7 is what I worked out. But on the upside, you can see we might actually go back to test those $49,000 level, which would be approximately, where is it? Here, I believe. Let me find that. Here. So it will come and test back this area here, this area that we're looking at, right? So if I just put this here, actually, this will probably make more sense. So around here, basically. So we'll probably come back to test this if we are positive. And on the downside, as you can see, we might come to test this line. So super solid. Short term, still bearish. Still bearish. I mean, these days, like moving averages, they do have sentimental values. And if you break them, then people start worrying. I'm in bed, and so is the family. I've got my AirPods in. Hope you don't mind. You've covered pretty much in detail everything earlier. Just maybe BTC and what's looking like on all time frames, bro. I just did that. Yeah, that's what you got. Every single time frame. That's what you're looking at. I just went through everything. What you want more? If you want more time frames, I'm sure we can sort out more time frames. Let me see. Hold on. If you want more time frames, I can do you 8 hour. That's not a problem. I've got an 8 hour chart here. Let's have a look. An 8 hour chart, right? We can do an 8 hour chart as well, and we can actually see if it's bearish or bullish on the 8 hour chart. 8 hour chart bearish, very bearish. Money flowing out on the 8 hours, so that's indicating bearish. 12 hours. Let's have a look. Money flowing out. So last 12 hours, money's been flowing out. And actually we have formed bullish on the thing. So on the 12 hours, you can see the money's been flowing out, and it's saying, look, super bearish, guys. You know, money flowing out. You've oversold everything. You need to start putting the money in. And I'm using the MFI, money flow indicator. That's all it is. And it's telling me the money's been going out for the last 12 hours. We need to get back in there and get the money back in. And this is also indicating that oversold. You need to get back in, right? So we're looking at all of this area, and also looking at this on a 12-hour. If I was to do a trade, we're seeing that dump could take us approximately $1,800 below where we are right now, and a pump could take us around 3,600. So pretty much that's it. So yeah, but yeah, nice of you joining me from bed. That's oh my days. Is there anyone else here who has any questions or anything else? Please throw your comments in the chat, and I'll catch that, because obviously this brother's sleeping, so there's no point talking to him. He's probably going to go fall asleep watching this show. So yeah, good night, my brother. Have a sleep. Right, let's see who else is on the chat. Give me a second. Let's see. So I see a few people here on the show. See a few likes. Happy days. That's all good. Always great to see some likes. And yeah, throw me your coin if you have one. If you want me to talk about it, throw it here. But other than that, let's have a look at other stuff here. Have a look at some of the fake news that we get coming around. Yeah, this is very interesting. So this particular project called Arbitrum, it's like a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum, but they don't have a token. What they do, they use the link price feeds to do everything that they do. This could easily potentially give a nice little pump to Link when people realize they don't have a coin. So Arbitrum has no tokens at this present moment. We don't know what the future holds. But you can see a lot of NFT projects and a lot of crappy projects that people are interested. And I'm seeing thousands. I mean, we're talking about $2 billion. You can see that flowed in, and I've been watching since last few days. A lot of money has been, like Ethereum has been moving into Arbitrum. So that's a coin I'll be definitely keeping an eye on, because of the technology, because you could literally, you're not porting or bridging, but you can use the same code on Arbitrum and then move it back to the wherever it was, like Ethereum, and you're absolutely fine. It doesn't affect anything because it's the same code base. So you're just moving it off one chain to another, like a side chain of what Ethereum 2.0 would be. So this is doing it right in advance. And then, you know, play around, do whatever, pay low fees, don't worry about the gases or anything, and then come back here and then do your own daily business. Not an issue. So that would be really, really interesting. All right. Yeah, scam coins, obviously G coin, scam ICO. And Exile does a G coin, obviously. So of course he's going to pay this kind of stuff. Yeah, this was interesting. I'm not sure which, I mean, how many NFTs could you really have? One of the things I think with NFT is it's an experiment, right? The biggest experiment right now, phase one, everybody's interested, great. I think phase two of the experiment is still to be seen. The point is, like, when do you cash out? Can you cash out? And what happens when you cash out? Is it going to be really truly a non-fungible token that nobody can take? Is it going to be that one art piece that nobody can ever have? I think that's going to be a great thing to see on this experiment, the NFT experiment. But a lot of people are moving over, they're using little bridges to move over to other chains to pay less fees and mint NFTs over there. I mean, there's a massive surge of NFTs being done on Solana right now because the fees are literally nothing. So they're doing that, and obviously Arbitrum is coming in to help out Ethereum, and there's a lot of stuff moving on there. So there's a few bits and bobs there. We know ARK Invest is a big bull, is a massive institution, big bull, and they want to support the ETF investment in Canada, which has been shooting up, which has been doing very, very good. Hey, Steve, how you doing, bro? Nice to see you as well on the show. Mooniver, what do you think? I think it's overpumped, bro, and I'll show you Mooniver right now because Mooniver, I was actually observing it, and I'm not sure who pumped it because it was sitting nowhere. Right, yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, I know the ticker, MOVR, yeah. Oh, there it is. Um, it's just shot up. I'm not sure who's been pumping this, right? From what I've seen so far. Um, you can see this here. I mean, it kind of followed the market, done its little thing, which is okay. Every coin does its little thing. But then what happened recently, and this is very recent, by the way, right? This is like, well, when did it start? On the 5th of September, you can see. So I'm not sure who's pumped it. On the 5th of September, all of a sudden, we just had this massive, massive pump coming in. And the token just flew. The token just went completely ballistic, right? So let's get it on the charts and have a look at this. Let's see if I've got empty chart. So let's use Mina. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to leave Mina. I'm going to use Matic one. So let me use that. This is the charts from earlier on, the stream we done earlier on. So let's see who's got the longest thing. So let's try this. If this got anything long. Okay, nothing that long here. I'm trying to look for a long one. Let's try Kraken. Nope, same data. Okay, so it's the same data on everybody, right? And what I want to see is basically where it was before the pump. So if we just use this as an average and say, okay, this is the where it was hovering, right? This is where it was hovering around $163, and then it just pumped all the way to around $510 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. That's extremely, insanely not so bullish in my opinion. It's a pump. Someone's pumped hard. I'm not sure who pumped it, but someone has pumped this very hard. So far, as you can see, again, it's the side effect of a pump, right? So after a pump, people get to see it and they notice it. They're like, oh, this is what's going on. And then people who bought it here start talking about it. And when they start talking about it, it starts pumping. And then these guys dump and leave while other people come in. And this is when we start seeing these kind of effects where it looks very bullish, right? It actually looks very bullish. Only thing I can do is actually now, I mean, this is hilarious. Sorry, this is hilarious. On the stochastic RSI, I don't have any data. As you can see, look, there's no data. RSI showing overbought, coming down. That's all I'm seeing, just a little bit. So let's go into 4 hourly and see what the 4 hourly is showing. 4 hourly says overbought. Sorry, yeah, oversold. 4 hourly showing as oversold. So there is a potential for this to move in. Excuse me, guys. Let me drink some green tea. Sorry, today all day all I've been doing is just talking. So 4 hourly showing bullish in the buy zone. As you can see, it started to pump a little bit. Let's have a look at hourly and see what the hourly is showing to us as well. Hourly saying overbought, get ready for a dump. So when we start looking at the short time frames, you can see there is some sells coming in. But on the slightly longer time frame, like the 2 hourly, 3 hourly, 4 hourly, saying it's not bad. So if you do want to pick some up, pick some up. Also, if we were to do a fib here, for example, we can take this zone here and do a fib up to the previous, just up to here. We can see that it kind of respected that 618 and actually bounced straight pretty much on that, which is good to see, right? That means that it's following trend. Right, so this is pretty insane. Like if you look at this, this was the trend, and he actually respected the trend. Bang on the dot, respected the trend. So in that sense, I mean, we can now flip the stochastic not stochastic RSI. We can flip the Fibonacci and just follow this and say this previous high. We follow this and say, okay, this is the previous high. So if we are to follow this previous high and actually look at this, what could be the pump if we did get a pump from this particular price? which is pretty good actually. If you look at the price of where we are currently, 391. Well, we can see straight on the dot, 618 is showing us the $600 level. So, Steve, I hope this kind of answers your question. If we did respect this, then we can actually bounce back over to this level here, and that would give us again another new all-time high, which should be quite good. Remember, I told you, I told everybody actually about this. I said, look, launching a token during a dump cycle, so when the market is slightly bearish, is actually a great move because these tokens have opportunity to pump high. And this is one of them. It's just pumping high. As you can see, it broke its all-time high, started moving up, and it's doing its thing. Happy days. Do you know what I mean? Happy, happy days. So far, so good. So far, so good. Would I be picking any up? No. So that's all I'm going to say right now. Nothing to do with technicals or anything like this. I do know about the coin. I know it's on Solana coin, but it's, it's a fresh coin. I want to see what it does ultimately, right? I really want to see what everything it does. So, actually, look, it's not even on Kasuma. Sorry, it's on Polkadot. My bad. Not on. Sorry, it's on Kasuma. My bad. I thought it was on Solana. I did see something like this on Solana. I think they probably bridged to Solana as well. But anyway, so looking at this, you can see smart contract parachain Kasuma that provides compatibility with existing Ethereum developer toolchain and network. So yeah, I mean it's compatible, right? So it's fine. I mean what they're doing seems to be okay. Interesting. So, mover is the utility token because it requires that to function central to the design. So basically, the code requires you to have mover token in order to build on it, and that sounds good. I mean, because we do know Polkadot's about to explain. Now I'm interested. Now you piqued my interest. So was I going to buy any? No, I wasn't. Now am I going to buy any? I think I'm going to look at it because what I've just seen there is interesting. Because if this is going to be providing the EVM to build on 350 entry point, I mean, right now this would be the entry point, bro. If we were to look at this, yeah, if we were to look at this would be an entry point. Do you know what I mean? This would be definitely an entry point. I don't think it's going to go down any lower because it's done its thing. But again, remember the data is so new. Sorry, the data is so new that we can't really judge anything, and we can only use this 4-hour data and just calculate it based on that. We can't use these daily ones because it's going to be a little bit tough because you can see every day we've just gone up. The only time we actually saw some resistance was here, which is fine, and the only support we have is around here. So if we are to use this data and we pull this right from where the high was, so this was the high. Remember, I'm only calculating the body. Yes, sorry guys, my cat's just causing issues, being annoying. Um, so you can see from here, this is also indicating that 611. So we're looking at a 600 to 611 range, which is fine. But when we see the dump, we can see the 618 is the 402, which was the zone that we should have been in. And if it's come down, then it should have come to 334. And this is quite hilarious, right? When we actually do this maths and when we blow this up a little bit, look at this. I mean, I don't know if you can see this. Look at this. I'll take this off just for the sake of it. Take this trend line off. All right, hold on. Right, look at this. What you call this? The Fibonacci 618, and this is exactly on that level. So there was a buy, but that buy is gone now. Do you know what I mean? That buy is absolutely gone now. So it will be tough, honestly, for you to actually even think about anything here because that buy is gone. So it's already found its support where it's supposed to, and it started pumping. So now it's on a target to go to that 618 level. Do you know what I mean? So if I put this back, you can see that zoom out, and this is exactly what it's showing. So the range was between this. So even now, if you're targeting the downward trend line and everything, you can see that this would be the perfect zone. Do you know what I mean? So let's keep an eye on that, see what's going on, because it's a tough one. Because when you've got something like this, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough to actually. So we can use this. Actually, yeah, we can use this area here. Yeah, it's pretty tough. I mean, it would be awesome to see it come to about 270, but I doubt that's going to happen unless it breaks trend. Do you know what I mean? Unless it breaks trend 270. But other than that, right now, I don't see any 270 on the pipeline. All I'm seeing is this was the perfect zone. to pick it up, and I'm just using the fibs for this, right? Nothing more. So fib here and a fib here. That's it. So this was the zone to buy, and this is exactly where it just came out of. So hope this kind of helps. But yeah, it's on target for 610, and looking at what it is, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. If this is what we're going to need to build on Kasuma, then that's not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal. But you know what? It's okay. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm going to do a little bit more because there are so many coins out there. I'm going to have a double check on all of this and see exactly what's going on. But I'm just surprised someone's pumped it. I'm not sure who, but I'm sure it's one of the influencers who pumped it. And currently, where are we sitting? We're sitting at rank number 200, so we're already on page 2. I'm telling you guys, these Polkadot ones and these Solana ones, these coins, they are going to do their thing. Do you know what I mean? They are definitely going to do their thing, because if you look at the ecosystem, you can see, actually, no, that's not how we want to do it. Let's do it here. Polkadot ecosystem. I know I'm supposed to keep them together, but let's look here, crypto states. So yeah, okay, so we're looking at Polkadot ecosystem. So we've got Polkadot, obviously, Chainlink, Kasuma, ontologies, and I think that's a parachain. Anchor, that's a parachain, because Anchor, remember, Anchor was originally built for Ethereum. So Anchor definitely has a parachain here, giving opportunities. Ren, we know, has a parachain. Ocean Protocol is built on thing, that's fine. Polymath, I'm sure they have their own little thing. So that's not it. No, this is not it. There's more. I know there's more to the Polkadot ecosystem. I think I'm looking at the wrong place. Definitely looking at the wrong place, because yeah, this is the wrong place. There's another place to check it. I forgot the website. Let's see if we can find it here. Where do we find the... No. I don't want to take other people's opinions. I just want to look for the actual data that we've got. Okay, I think we can use this. I mean, okay, these are stuff joining on the ecosystem. What I'm looking for is actual tokens. All right. Okay, here's a good one, Cardano. All right, Cardano is built on thing. You got Moon River, which is there. That's fine, part of the ecosystem. Let me just check if Linear is. I wasn't sure. No, Linear is not. You see, Linear is a bridge. You can see Linear is a Ethereum system. Basically, it's on a bridge. A lot of these are, guys. So don't be confused. I need to find the main place where you can find all the actual things that are built specifically on Polkadot. And the same thing with Solana as well. If you look at Solana, we do have a Solana ecosystem as well. Again, how do we find this? It's not here. No. Let's try this. Community blog, build, contract, technology. No. I'll find it, guys. I'll find it, and I'll bring it onto another show, because right now I can spend all day looking for all of this stuff. And I'm telling you, a lot of this thing. I mean, this is Ivan on Tech. He's going to go by his opinion probably. Again, yeah, this is mostly his opinion, so I'm not going to look at all of this. And there's a metric. It's similar like this. That's what I want to see, okay? And as I talked about bridges, that's how bridges is. You take all the tokens and then you can bridge them in there. That's the easy part. That's what Polkadot's doing, is building a complete what do you call this? Like a universal cryptocurrency blockchain where everything can everything can communicate with another blockchain. That's what. So there's an image. I got the image, but that image is. Let me see if I can show. No, that was Coin 98. I really need to find that image. There is an image. there is an image that shows all of this, and not on Twitter. There's a section, I need to find that and actually show you. So there is something very similar like this where you can actually go and find all the projects that are on Polkadot. And Solana as well, same story. You can find Solana ecosystem, right? Because it does show you, right? Solana ecosystem. I think it's here. Let's see. Because there's a section where you can find all the. I think this is it. Yep, this is it. This is so Solana's done it nicely compared to Polkadot, right? So on Solana you can see all the Solana coins. These are actual Solana coins. I'm not talking about coins that are bridged, right? So we're not looking at bridge. We're looking at actual coins. Gravity, this, that. You can see actual coins, right? So when you're looking at all of this stuff, that's when it makes sense to you. Okay, we can see these are definitely built on top. What are they going to be doing? Do you know what I mean? So this is the kind of stuff you need to look at, you know? So, I mean, Serum is a top coin. Serum is a top coin, right? This is an exchange. I want to look at exchange. Let's look at, for example, let's look at DeFi, right? Solanium is a good coin, you know? But yeah, I mean, this is where you would check. So you go to Solana.com ecosystem, and they do have their own picture, which is really cool. So you can go in there and you can check all the coins that are there. And there are good ones. There are good ones. So yeah, yeah. I have a look at this. There's too many to look. I mean, we can talk about a few if you want, but there's a lot of coins. I'm telling you, there's hundreds, if not thousands, coming. All right, this is what it is. Like we've just opened on the Coin market cap. We've literally opened the doors to hundreds, if not thousands, of coins. Once Cardano launches all of its smart contract, which is not, so that was an utter failure. I know people like to say that Cardano's bullish. Oh, these guys. And I've also read the news out to you where 100 projects are on Cardano ready to launch. And guess what? Yesterday, nobody bothered. So that was an epic failure. Let's see what they do. I think that recent FUD or whatever issue they had with the UTXO, that was some, complete, utter, scary FUD for people. And people are worried that they might not get the action. But I think whoever's going to be the first mover, if one of those coins decide to launch, then they're going to be a first mover and they're going to be making some incredible money, because there are massive armies out there, especially this Cardano has a massive army. So we know that's going to be something that's quite interesting. And the same thing, I mean, Polkadot, like, remember always mention, I say, look, Polkadot is another coin that is not ready. And I'll tell you when you know Polkadot is ready. The moment you realize and you see that Polkadot has started to announce how some of these parachains from Kasuma are moving over to Polkadot. That's when you should realize. Remember one fact: Kasuma is like the test bed for Polkadot. Polkadot is the main chain. Kasuma is a side chain, and at some point in the future, both the chains will be merged. And when they are merged, imagine what happens to Polkadot. So I was doing some maths a few days ago, actually, on my holding. And just looking at the maths, I became slightly greedy. And I said, well, when it comes to Polkadot and Kasuma, I'm not selling either of them. We'll talk about that. No worries, Chris. So Chris asks, do you think Solana will be more valuable in the future compared to Ethereum? We'll talk about this. There's opportunities in the market, and right now I think a lot of the projects that we have. Yes, highs, definitely. So what I'm saying is opportunities, right? So for example, let me give you a good example. One of the biggest hype around Cardano was that it's peer reviewed, 6 years in development, peer review. So obviously everyone's saying, okay, this is academics and everybody peer reviewing this. This is going to be insane. So that's what the opportunity for Cardano was. And as I said, Cardano was an epic fail, an epic fail. And then we've got, what do you call this? We've got, for example, Solana. Now, Solana had an opportunity because Solana came out, and Solana project is not a, it's not a newbie. It's been around since 2019, I believe. And what they've done is they've launched it in 2020 or 2021. I forgot when it was they launched it. But the point is they came out with a total fully finished project. They didn't have to build it anymore. They didn't have to go through these silly upgrades. And even if they do have an upgrade, Solana doesn't bother because Solana has, the way they have their block, right? And the way they have all of the, what's it called? The name. It's not proof of work. It's called proof of history. Yeah, they use proof of history. Because of all of that, the history is always locked up, and they're using Arweave to store their data. So they have this data on the IPFS, interplanetary file storage. They have it saved over there, and they just get the history from there, and they use it that way. And because they don't need to store anything on their own blockchain, they can do things at lightning speeds. And actually, they are currently the fastest. They claimed on pen and paper, they say 50,000 transactions per second. Some people have actually looked at the code base, and I'm not an expert. I can't say anything. I'm just going to give you a rumor. But they have said it can actually potentially do about 300,000 based on what they have and how they do it. That's powerful. And also, Solana did one thing compared to Ethereum or any other coin out there. I mean, there are a few coins who are actually moving towards that route now. Solana fixed its fee at 0.01 cent or something like this. So it's like 1 cent. It's always going to be 1 cent. Doesn't matter what it is, it's always going to be 1 cent. And that's pretty interesting to see somebody doing this, So they kind of a first mover in that sense. Like they came out with something very cheap. And very fast, very rapid, instant, very easy to use. All the projects that are launching on Solana, for example, Radium, Solanium, Serum, these are all top-notch projects, and the UI, the user-friendly. You know what I mean? So they're easy to use, and that's what gives Solana a potential to pump up, right? Dot, we're looking at it right now. Obviously, it's here. One other thing about Dot. It's been holding back, and I think Dot has been holding back on purpose to observe what the market does. It's got brilliant minds in there. It's also trying to do some great stuff. In fact, if you've looked at some of the Dot parachains, right, some of these projects, they're massively bullish projects. You've got mega institutions investing into them, locking hundreds of millions of dollars. And remember, there's only 10 million consumer. So that's there as well. Now, when we talk about fees, right, when Ethereum was built, I think there was only about 4 or 5 cryptocurrency on the planet. And one of the key fundamental situations like profitability, it's a business, right? So one of the business models they had to have at those times was fees. They had to think about, okay, we're going to create a protocol. How do we make money? That was the key. And how do we make sure people use it and make money? Now, with BTC, we have 3 category of people. We have our miners who mine the coin for us. We have our exchanges and everything like this, for example, who then sell it. And then we have a fee distribution cycle. So we buy, we pay the fees. The fees don't go to the miners, but the miners mine the coin, and the miners then sell the coins to the exchange, and then the exchange takes the fees off us. So we have this ecosystem, like this circulation of how the currency work. So Ethereum also had to figure out a way to make sure that the miners got some money. Obviously transaction fees, XYZ. Miners got some of that. Miners mined and got some coins. Miners sold it to the exchange and sold it to us. So that was all part of the thing, but they never thought. So this is what I'm saying. When you look at this about 6-7 years ago, nobody actually thought cryptocurrency would be as big as this is now. Nobody thought that it would, an Ethereum would be sitting in the $3,000-$4,000 mark. until the institutions came in. Do you know what I mean? So everyone's been very realistic. Only thing that people have been unrealistic with is BTC. I mean, people have been talking about 100k BTC from as far as I know. As far as I can go, what I can remember, I'm talking 5-6 years ago, they were still talking about 100k BTC. And it sounded insane at that time. Do you know what I mean? Same story with these things. So the model was bad, but obviously in 2019 they said they want to change the model and they want to bring it to F2.0, which doesn't cost as much. Because one of the problem that Ethereum recently had is Ethereum miners. And remember, I talked about centralization versus decentralization regarding mining on the previous video, one of the previous videos, and how I said, look, you got to have money nowadays. You want to do mining, you got to have money. And when you have these corporations coming in and doing all the mining, and they have the power to kind of dictate what fees they want, well, that was a problem. And this is why they had to implement EIP 1559, because they were going overboard. I mean, we were doing, say, for example, $1 billion worth of transaction, and these guys were making 2 billion. Do you know what I mean? So they were making whatever they can, anywhere they can, and that became a lucrative business. So Ethereum clearly jumped in and says, like, okay, we need to stop it. So even now, the fees are still there. So even though they're burning fees, the fees are still there, right? They haven't really changed anything. But the Ethereum 2.0 kind of lightens that load, and then takes the mining, whole mining structure away, and then does it based on staking. So whoever stakes the most. So now it says, well, now anybody could mine. Now if you have 32 Ethereum, you can also support the network. You can mine on it. Obviously, you got to figure out how to do it, but you can mine your own thing. You can stake it. You can stake it through the exchanges and also get money through that, or earn some income through that. And the fees are going to be pretty much the same all across the board. So there's no one central location who controls everything or who manipulates the pricing of the fees. This is what it is. I mean, Ethereum can do, I've got how many transactions per second? I can't remember because I don't follow some of this stuff. All I know is BTC can do 7. So, that's pretty stupid, but you know what? It's surviving, right? But they falsely create these bottlenecks. All right, these bottlenecks, and then that's where they like, oh, that's it. I've had my transactions refused, and when you're talking about NFTs, some of these guys or these platforms that run NFT. Now, for example, I'll give you a really good one. You got OpenSea. On OpenSea, the amount of confirmations you have to do before your transaction is confirmed, or sorry, before you buy an NFT or before you sell an NFT, that's like each transaction is like 3 or 4. So you're doing 3 or 4 confirmations. That's all going to the network. Of course, they might batch it and send it later. That's a problem. And Uniswap had the same problem in the beginning. Uniswap, because you have to you have to put your wallet, confirm, pay some fees, and then you buy, you pay some fees. No worries, bro. Thank you very much for coming to the show. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. But no, that's what it is. It's like with NFTs, it's the markets. You got to look at the markets. NFT markets. They don't help because the thing is, again, it's not direct. Like, okay, I'm going to go there and I'm going to buy. It's not as simple as you go and buy. You got to connect your wallet. You got to confirm your wallet. So there's multiple, transactions happening within a transaction before you can actually jump on and say, well, I've just bought some NFT. Like imagine this as an NFT. You can't just go and simple and press that because the system wasn't designed that way. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot more going on in the background, but I think all of this will be resolved with ETH 2.0. And then to your question, when you asked me, and I hope you pick this up tomorrow, the question when you asked me, is Solana going to take over Ethereum? Probably not. No, I don't think so, because how would I say this? A lot of projects, mainstream projects, are being built on Ethereum. I'm talking about institutional grade. I'm talking about banking infrastructures. I'm talking about CBDCs being built on Ethereum. So Ethereum will always survive because it's a first mover. If the question was like, can it take some of the market cap? Yes, absolutely. That is definitely possible. So when you look at the market cap, we're looking at Ethereum currently sitting at, let's just look at current price, 384 billion, right? It can take some of that, because remember, we've also mentioned how Ethereum could also take some of BTC's market cap. It could even flip BTC, right? If Ethereum gets more pump and goes to, like, 800, 900 billion, and it's already overtaken Bitcoin. Can Solana or any of the other chains catch up to Ethereum? Absolutely, you know. But for them to, for any one of these coins to flip over, we have one conundrum here. We have a problem here, and the problem is we know that out of these 11,800 coins, majority of them are smart contracts which are built on Ethereum. And we already know that, for example, there's only, not even a few hundred, but I'll just say few hundred here, a few hundred here, a few hundred in this one. So when we know there's only about, a few hundred in the other chains, like, and there's so many. Remember, we've got Avalanche, we've got Cardano, we've got Polkadot, we've got Kasuma, right? Kasuma and Polkadot, same technically, it's going to be merged. We've got, what did we say? We said Solana, Cardano, Polkadot, Cosmos, for example, Algorand, for example, Avalanche, Egld. That's the problem. Market is being diluted. So now, because the market is moving into different directions, it's getting harder for them to take over this number. You see what I mean? So for Solana to, take over Ethereum, Solana needs to have at least half of the projects from Ethereum, and that means thousands. So we need to wait for that day when thousands go onto there. But what I've noticed so far is thousands of cryptocurrency projects that were built on Ethereum prefer to stay on Ethereum but have a bridge. So they're saying we'd rather have interoperability than actually go off this chain. You see what I mean? So I hope it kind of makes sense, because a lot of people know that it will be hard to completely rewrite the codes. But because there are bridges that allow them to use them, like, for example, if you go to use Terra Luna, you can use Terra Luna, which is its own blockchain. But when you go to Coinbase, for example, go and see its wrap Luna. It's an Ethereum Luna. So that Luna is not even Luna. It's a wrapped version of Luna. Why? Because Coinbase cannot use the Luna code base yet. So they need to provide Luna to people. So what they've did is they've made a 1-to-1 ratio wrapped Luna on Ethereum to use it. Do you know what I mean? So these are the kind of stuff you really have to understand. Is a wrap Luna, does it change how many Luna there is, or does it take over anything? It doesn't. In fact, what it's done is created another Luna on Ethereum. So it's just added another coin to Ethereum. And you'll see this over and over again. And this is what you have to understand. The new technology we have, and I think Polkadot's kind of nailed it on that one. They figured it out that instead of trying to work with everybody or try and pull from everybody, just stay where you are and give them a gateway to come and speak to us and come and talk to the network. And then everybody can use our network to do everything else. And that's what's happening right now. But that's what it is. You got to take thousands of projects, at least 51% of the projects from Ethereum, and keep them on your network. But that's not the reality right now. So, guys, if you have any other questions, fire away. I think we've spoken enough about this, and I hope you kind of make sense to you, because these are the, stuff that we really, really have to look at, because end of the day, this is the type of stuff we always skip, if that makes any sense. Because a lot of people don't really look for these little small, how would I say this? Like small facts. Do you know what I mean? I'll call it a fact, right? Because it is a fact, right? It's a small fact, but it's a fact. And the fact is that you've got 9,000-10,000 coins built on Ethereum. Some of them probably built on Matic or built on anything, but it's the same code base, right? But ultimately, when you've got all of this going on, are they going to move over to another chain, or are they just going to create a wrapped version or a bridge across them and then just operate on both? Because if they do, it doesn't change any of the market dynamics. It doesn't change the fact that Ethereum still has the main chain on it. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, there might be a day, maybe in a decade, we might see a day where Ethereum is dead or something. But right now, I don't think so. And especially when we look at ETH 2.0 coming over, for example, We know Eth 2.0 is coming, and that kind of solves a lot of the scalability issues, a lot of these fee issues and everything. So let's see what it does. And the interest is still there. But honestly, I would love to see Ethereum kind of figure out a way to reduce the fees completely to these 1 cent, 2 cents. But again, Ethereum can't do that. Neither can Bitcoin. So, you know, these two coins, they can't actually change their fee structure because they end up being a dead coin if they do, because that's what they were built on. Companies like Solana, they have, so when they built the technology, they fixed it. So that means you can be anybody, but you can't get more than a cent. Do you know what I mean? That's how they fix that data. So this is what you have to understand, how these are built and how these are built. There's, you know, night and day difference here. But yeah, I mean, we might see a lot more bridge here. That's what I'm saying. And we might see volume coming in. But even from where we are today, price-wise, if you look at price-wise, it's at around 50 billion. Let's call it 50 billion. This is around, let's just call it 40. And if we use this data, we can say it has to do about 6, 7x from here. Yeah, around 7x from here, 6 or 7x from here to get to where it needs to. And if we did 6 or 7x from here, and just say this would probably be $1,200, still 1/3. So we're saying even if the whole market cap reaches this level of price, still has only a $1,200 coin. It doesn't give you a 3K coin. Do you know what I mean? So in order for Solana to beat this, it would have to be 3 times this amount. So it would have to be about 900 billion, which would make Solana #1, and it will beat every one of them and be on top, ranked #1. Then we might see this price. So we just need to be realistic and also look at these things on, you know, with the facts on the table and see how things work out, because each coin has its own variable. It's slightly different and some are similar. But that's what makes them all unique, you know, and that's why I say to people, I say, guys, don't choose one. Don't choose one. You can be ultra bullish on one. You can have your favorite, but just be happy with all of them. It doesn't matter. Just pick 1 or 2, whatever you want. Pick them. Your long-term holds, your short-term holds. You know, your one-night stands, your dating coin or your marriage coin. Doesn't matter what you do, right? But you know, you got your favorites. That's fine. And if you got others, then yeah, that's also fine. There's not an issue. You know. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's see what happens. You know. So any other coins, guys? Any other coins you want me to talk about? And where is El Bubble? El Bubble hasn't arrived yet. He was going to come in. I think he said it about 10:30 he was going to come in. So yeah, that's what's going on here. So let's see what that does. But yeah, so far so good. So market earlier on, if you remember, we were at 203. Currently we're at 205. Of course, some coins are dumping, other coins are pumping. And we are seeing a nice little rebound on some of these coins. So they are coming back from where they were. We can see money floating back in, which is really, really good to see. Volume-wise, we can see volume sitting at 144. So we are seeing good money action inside the industry. Obviously, it's a bloody red one. So when we see a day like this, we've got to give it a day or two and see what happens. Also, talking about a day or two, today somebody tried to, what do you call this? Somebody tried to pump this, and I think it was an epic fail because LTC beat that, right? So LTC was also there at the same time. Someone tried the Dogecoin one as well, and I'm sure this person, whoever it was, lost some money because they tried that one. They're like, oh my god, look, Dogecoin is pumping. It didn't work. But yeah, there are top coins out there, especially the blockchains. You can't remember. It's always a good idea to buy some and just leave some. You never know which one's going to pump, which one's not going to pump, especially the blockchains. The ones that you want to be worried is these coins here, Uniswap, these DEX tokens. If they have no utility, then you don't know. I mean, what's the point keeping any of them? Right, that's what I say to people. I say, take the money, make the money during the pump, but they're useless because they have no utility, because utility is king. And remember, I said, keep an eye on Chainlink because of Arbitrum. People might start pumping Chainlink. People who don't know that Chainlink doesn't do anything. I have a holding, so I'm not bothered. I've got my bags, so I'm not bothered. I'm not going to pick up anything else. This, I'm not going to pick up anything. I've already let it go, so I'm not that fussed about it. The one I am eyeing up, so this one I'm not bothered. I am thinking about picking up some more. I've got Atom. I'm not bothered. This I am eyeing up. FTT, I am eyeing up. I'll be honest with you, because I've mentioned FTT so many times to people. I said, guys, if FTT continues doing what it's doing, then FTT has the potential to be the new Binance coin. Because remember, out of all the exchange tokens, Binance coin was the only one that performed really well. And even till today, it's the highest price exchange token. And FTX has the same potential. Right, so that's one I'll be eyeing up. I'm keeping a close eye on. I do have some bags, and I would like to pick up some more on this one, see where it goes from there. But one thing I have noticed, it kind of reacts the same way as BTC does. So this is one of the reasons why I'll be kind of careful on how far or how many I buy. Rune, Mbox, and ICP, definitely, bro. So let's start off with ICP. How you doing anyway, bro? SM, how you doing? You're right, yeah. Earlier on, you asked me a question. Did it answer your question? I hope it did. So let's look at ICP. Okay. So this is ICP. ICP's future doesn't look bright at all. So ICP at one stage, and a lot of people miss this one, so we know where the market closed. So the closing candle was around 700 and something. I forgot what it was, so I'll show you what I mean with ICP. Here, ICP. So the closing candle all-time high across majority of the exchanges was $737 was across majority. That was the average across most of the exchanges. So during when ICP launched, right? And if you look carefully on this is just calculated by TradingView. When ICP launched on Coinbase, on Binance, this is Binance, you can see the high. So somebody decided to sell it for $3,161, and I'm sure some idiot bought it, because that's what it launched at, and it kept on dumping. Oh my god, it was a reckless dump. Imagine someone bought it at 3,100 and then dumped all the way down to $354 within a single day. Someone got wrecked. But then it didn't stop. It just kept on carrying on, because ICP done this. Not this. Wrong one. ICP done one of these, right? And this is like the one that scares you. And this is how you know that some manipulated coin, what they do. So here we are. ICP did a 99% dump. Do you know what I mean? Pure 99% dump. What's ICP doing right now? So we can also see this as well, currently, what ICP is doing. So we do have this lovely little range forming here. If you look carefully, I'll put this there and I'll show you. So you see this range, right? So we've got this range forming here. This is a sideways moving action. Now on this sideways moving action, as long as the market is still bullish, then we can actually see this pumping it up a little bit more, probably make you some money. But I've mentioned many times, it's not going to be one of those I'll be buying. I'll probably pick it up in the bear market, because the project is a solid project. It's just how they launched it and what they did was the problem. So number one fact, so let's look at these facts. Zoom into this chart and see these facts for what they are. Let's get this onto this. Right, we want to see the facts for what they are, nothing more, nothing less. Number one fact we want to see is this level here, and what we see is this is a downward trending line, which is fine. We'll accept this. We're not going to bother, because we did create a high. That's fine. Second fact we want to see is this level here, and I already saw it, but I just want to show it to you. Right, this fact here, you cannot deny this fact here. Now we can activate the candles, and you can see this was a trend line, and it broke the trend line just like BTC broke. Everybody broke this trend line, and it fell below the trend line. So far, because it broke the trend line, we have a situation now. Obviously, number one situation is we need to protect this particular level in order for ICP to be any bullish. It's already broken this line, so it's already bearish, that's for sure. So you need to protect this in order for it to continue upwards, as long as the market continues upward, right? And ultimately, there's this trend line forming here. You can see just a little bit of a trend line forming here, and again, if we look at the facts, we can see this trend line clearly. So there's this trend line forming here, right? We can use this data just here, because we don't really have any candles here, so we are going to leave this, and this is an open candle, so I'm just going to leave this here for now. What you're seeing is we need to break up. Even if I do move it, actually I can move it, so let me move it a little bit. It needs to break above the trend and come back into this zone for it to continue. So that's what I'm seeing right now. From where we are right now, this is where we are, right? Just a short term, mini, micro. I'm not going to do too much major. On the micro level, we can probably come down back to $38. Worst case scenario, $38. I'm just going to use this. So I just used the 1618 level. Normally I wouldn't do that, but I just did that because there's, the data we've got. I'm just using a shorter time, but if I do use a longer time, actually I can use a longer time, and I'll show you what I mean. So if I was to use a longer time, this is what I would get. Let me use this data. Watch this. So on a longer time, if I was to use it, this is what you get. You get a $38. So it's pretty much the same thing. If that makes any sense to you, it's pretty much the same thing. So $37, $38 would be the worst case scenario so far. Not a healthy coin at all to pick up right now. I'm telling you, it's going to be a bargain in the bear market. And then watch what it does next cycle, because it's a solid project. I like the project. But anyway, currently looking at where we are, wouldn't bother. I mean, if we did do a target from here to here, short-term target, we might see a $74. A slightly medium time target, we might see a $79. But on the long run, guys, there's nothing. So I'm not going to show you anything. There's absolutely nothing. I mean, for us, if we did use this data on the next cycle, if we did have another pump, then the next pump during the bull cycle is the second coming, not this current level. If we did have a bull cycle next time, then we can see an ICP showing us a nice little 5K. But right now, forget about it. That's a dream. That's a dream. So let's not go moonbow in this one, because it's going to be a long way before we see a 5K ICP, because that dump was severe on ICP. That was a severe dump on ICP. Mbox is in an awesome location. I just saw it and I actually had to go at somebody because someone actually owes me some Mbox. It's funny, right? Someone owes you Mbox. How'd you do that? Well, what happened was I wanted so that somebody needed some dough. So I said, okay, fine, I'll give you some dough. And he said, how do you want it back? And I said, I want it back in crypto. So realistically, I mean, the truth is he actually owes me some money. But I said, don't give me the money, give me the inbox. So when you're ready to pay me, you pay me an inbox. So that's why I say he owes me inbox. I'm sure he's here. If he's not here, you've probably seen him on the chat. He's on the group as well. His name is Prince. I said to him, I said, you pay me, I want to buy inbox, or you give it to me in inbox. So that's a joke now. I always say you owe me inbox. So that's inbox. Inbox is in a good buy zone. Good buy zone. If we look at the highs and if we look at the lows, you can see that basically, we were looking at the 1618. We broke that. We currently come down almost close to the 1618, and that's like the absolute bottom of any trend that you can expect. And we're currently here. This is now showing us if the market does continue to push up, then this should be a good buy zone, a good buying accumulation zone. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not even going to call it a buy zone. I'm going to call it a good accumulation zone because, and remember, this is so new. We don't have enough data. What I saw here, this is indicating that it's still going to go down a little bit. It hasn't flipped bullish yet, and this is indicating down as well. So this is all on the daily. This is indicating that, guys, we might go down a little bit more. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, down a little bit more. What are you trying to tell me? And so far, I'm thinking this is what it's trying to tell me. Sorry, not this. My bad. So far, in my opinion, this is what I think it's showing me. So this 1618 is definitely possible. And it's indicating that we are going to come and bounce on this line. If we bounce on this line, then we might see a reversal. So this is what it's indicating. So if someone did have a buy zone, I would set up an order here. But whether it's going to buy or not, it's a different story. Because remember, if the market sentiment flips, then you're moving back up. And also, if you look at this descending triangle that it formed, that causes another problem for everybody, right? Because where we are right now and what the pattern is showing that a breakout is possible. All right, the pattern is showing a breakout is possible. So we're too close to this line. This whole thing wants to break out. So if we do get a breakout, all we got to do is look at and see how far could this breakout take us. And I'm actually calculating these two, so I can move it over if you want to see. So I'm just calculating these two guys, nothing else. And if we did have a break up out of this zone, whatever level, right, you can see it brings us back to this level here, creates a brand new all-time high, and the all-time high would take us to about $10.08, oh sorry, $11.08 if we had a breakout in the next 1 or 2 days. Of course, the further longer time we spend here, it's a bit less. That brings us back down to the all-time high. Nothing too extravagant. However, and this is the danger part you need to see, if the market collapses and the market goes all total 100% bearish, then guys, this is getting bad. This is telling me Mbox goes to the grave because there's not enough data there. That's why. So it's telling me Mbox would end up being down here somewhere. Forget about it. Because it's so, I mean, this move is so severe because remember, it's bigger than this candle. So nobody wants this to go down because if this does, it's going down. So it's going to do another ICP if it goes down. So be careful on this one. But I am super bullish because of what the technology is and how they do it, and especially how they allow people to earn on Mbox. So I do like that functionality. And I think a lot of people will catch up to it and then move up from there. So this is Mbox. Looks like it wants to break out. So far, every time it's attempted, it's been rejected. Do you know what I mean? It's been rejected, but it's been forming this pattern, which is really cool. And normally when we see moves like this, like, you know, something coming down, down, down like this, next move usually is a rocket. So it's just a matter of money coming in and doing that. So that's what Mbox is doing. But again, remember, one of the warnings I give to everybody, right now, we're in that, you know, section of the market, or actually, you know, this time frame of the market where the market's about to go parabolic or go para down, one or the other, right? I think I just created that new word, para down. I don't believe that word exists. Also, you know, so when I say parabolic, of course, that word does exist in some dictionaries, but it's actually known as a parabola. Parabola. So, and I'll show you this on the charts, what I mean, what the market is doing right now, especially with the dominance. It's going to be very interesting. So what's the other one? Rune. Rune is my baby. I love Rune. Rune is one that you hold and you just sit tight and wait for every single institution, every single exchanges, every single crypto institution out there, everything to be regulated. You buy Rune and you sit on it for the next 10 years and you wait for all the institutions to go and regulate everything. Every single exchange is regulated, and watch what Rune does then. You think Rune is expensive today? Trust me, Rune is cheap. When the regulation kicks in and comes and gives pain to everybody, Rune is going to the moon. I'm telling you this now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm telling you, this is going to be what Rune is going to do. Rune is a decentralized exchange. Nobody knows who the founders are. So SEC can't go and chase anybody. FCA can't chase anybody. There's nobody to send letters to. There's nobody to summon to the court. And it works just like a mainstream exchange. You can trade pairs, native pairs, without an issue. But the best part is, it's your keys, your coins. It's not an exchange. You know, in that sense, it's like, it works like a DEX, but it also works like a centralized exchange without the central authorities or central control, and there's no one to stop it. It's one of those. It's like, you know, Bitcoin put on an exchange as an exchange. You know what I mean? So it's one of those. There's nobody to stop this. You know, they got to shut down the internet to shut this down. So this is one of the reasons why I'm super bullish on Rune. I don't think Rune is expensive at all. Rune, any price below $100 is cheap. It's crazy to say that, right? Any price below $100 is a good buy, hold, put it, lock it away for 10 years and let the regulations do their thing. Because when regulation starts to screw everybody over, that's when Rune goes parabolic, right? Because everyone's going to jump to the next big exchange to go and sell their coins or get off the thing. And that's what you're going to use. You're going to use Rune for it. You know, it's a matter of more people knowing about it. And it's a sleeping giant. It's a sleeping giant. If I'm telling you, it's a sleeping giant. It's just sitting there. So, not much to say about this. I mean, all of this was a discount. And remember, we had the hack here and we said, look, this is a discount, pick it up. So I don't know if anyone picked it up. I did. I loaded a few more bags on this one. I'm just sitting on it. Now, looking at the TA part of things, you can see we did break, and this was the break everybody did. This was the dump. Everybody did that. It's trying to protect its 50-day moving average, which is okay. We did break below the 200. Again, it's kind of following what BTC does, pretty much, which is pretty awesome to see most of the coins do that. And it sounds wrong when I say pretty awesome, because the fact is, everything does that, and we agree, because that's what the fact says. Most of the coins will react how BTC reacts. And we see this bullish divergence forming. So we can see trader signal is showing get in, overbought, right? And You need to get back into this level so you can see how the trader's signal has been respecting these levels here. So we've had these many, many times. If we go back in time, you can see what was the lowest we've had. Pretty much this was it. So you see this particular level is kind of the lowest the traders ever let it go, and then they kind of come in again, they buy again. So this is now in the overbought territory, sorry, oversold territory, and it's going to pump up again. So it's a matter of time when it does that. So when it does, I think it's going to shoot where it is now. It's at what, $8, $9. It's going to shoot straight to $30, $40, maybe even more. But as I said, anything below $100 on a rune in 10 years time, you're going to love it. And I'm not even talking 10 years, I'm just being over optimistic, over what you call this, like, giving it extra time, right, just in case regulations can't catch up, because you do know regulation is based on Stone Age technology. They got to carve it in stone before they basically make that thing real. If that makes any sense, right? So we're going to have stonemasons carving it into a stone and making that regulation and super solid before rune moves into action. So that's one of those ones. I'm not bothered. Rune, if the market collapses and it follows BTC and it goes all the way down to $1, whatever bags you got, you want to pick up a few more bags. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Yummy, how you doing, bro? You alright? If you got a coin, throw it at me, bro. Throw it at me, no worries. But that's what it is. I mean, Rune ever going back to these cents, these pennies? 0.007 cents. Look at the price, 0.007. It wasn't even a penny. Is Rune ever going back there? I don't think so. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those, but saying that, I never picked it up there. I actually, I was unaware of Rune. I knew about the technology, I knew about the project, but I didn't kind of FOMO into it or anything like that until around here. So I think it was around here somewhere. Where was it? No, it was around here, because I remember it wasn't $1. When I picked it up, it was around $2. Yeah, around here somewhere. That's when I picked up Rune. And I kind of had my first bag here, my first load. And then I had my second load around here. That's when I went super bullish. So the bags I loaded here was quite small compared to the bags I loaded here. And I'm going to hold, I'm going to hold. And then in the future, if it dumps to any level, even this level, wherever level, I'm going to basically load up more and see where that goes. So yes, Yami, do you have a token you want me to talk about? Let me know, because we've had a few tokens we have talked about. We've already talked about Mover. We've already talked about a little bit about NFTs. We've talked about Solana overtaking Ethereum. We've talked about Rune, Mbox, ICP. We've already talked about BTC. So if you have anything, let me know. Let's see what you've got, and we'll talk about it. We're just going to be real about what's going on. Only the facts in the chart, nothing more. Guys, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe, hit that like button. If you haven't joined Discord, join Discord. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. It's the same name. And we're going to grow this community. And obviously, there's a $10,000 giveaway when we hit those thresholds, and what we're targeting to do. On this channel, we always try to make, it will change the life of one, but well, not change life, but at least help one person. That's the idea. Just help one person see something. If I can help one person every single day, make a good trade or make a good decision, I think that's more than enough. I don't need to help you do anything else. I'm not here to give you the fish. I'm here to teach you how to fish. Do you know what I mean? So, hope that kind of helps. AVAX, bro, you see? AVAX, again, AVAX is a good coin, right? But again, I know it's coming into a lot of people's attention because of what AVAX is doing, but what you have to ultimately understand, what AVAX has been doing is pretty much the same as everybody else, right? And what that means is money filters from one, goes to another, filters from something that is dead. So remember, as I mentioned this yesterday as well, I said some of these coins are dead. These two coins are literally dead. They're not doing anything. Money's not flowing into them. So what happens then? Money goes into the other coins. So other change, right? They're following money's, going into these. So it's kind of following the money. Now, this was where the money was, and then the money filtered out of this and ended up going into this. And we talked about how Polkadot was getting ready to break out, and it did, right? And now what's going to happen is money, and also AVAX and all of that, right? So you can see AVAX, money went into this and then money dumped out. So yesterday, AVAX created a brand new high, or was it today? Yeah, yesterday was actually all-time high. It created this, or day before yesterday anyway. But now it's dumping. Because why? Because the money's now going to filter into other stuff. So where's the money been moving? We can see today money was moving into this. Obviously, some people got wrecked. Money's been moving into this. So if you notice, when money moves into one coin, then another coin stops, right? And you can see right now, live, we can see this money started to pump into this. And this is, by the way, this one is, it updates every single second. So what you're seeing is basically a few seconds ago, or maybe even a minute ago, it was at 69 and it started to pump. So you can see how the money's been coming out of something and now going into this. And this is the cycle, right? So you take money in from one, you put it into another, and you continuously grow. So money, I know, has been coming out of this because this has been pumping. This will probably sit there dead unless money comes back in. It's going to sit there for a day or two, maybe even a week or two, sit there. Same story with, for example, Cosmos Atom. Look how much is pumped. Great, but has Atom, and let's look at Atom first before we go into AVAX again. So we are going to talk about AVAX, but I want to talk about Atom first. Let's talk about Atom first, just to kind of show you what Atom's been doing. Atom is a massive project, has massive, massive potential, should have been a top 10 blockchain by now, top 10 cryptocurrency by now. I mean, there are probably 250 cryptocurrencies built on Atom using Atom SDK. There are exchanges built on it. Did you know Binance was originally built on Atom's SDK? Did anybody know this? Binance, the biggest cryptocurrency in the world, was built on top of Atom. That's a bit of a shocker, right? And yet Atom sits around the bottom somewhere, while as in everybody else is sitting on the top. Every single token that was built on Atom SDK is doing really, really well, right? Except Atom. You know what I mean? So what's Atom done? Broke its previous all-time high. Great, it's pumping, absolutely. In fact, if you look carefully, I have done this before, and we were predicting a $46 Atom during this particular time when we were here. And that's what we're still expecting, a $46, $45 Atom. But what's going to happen? What's the realistic thing? And if we were being real, we use the facts and we see, okay, everything is confirming it's overbought, and now the market's going to start dumping. So when the market dumps, the money from here is going to go to somewhere else. Well, you're heavy in Cosmos, but you need to get out, because Cosmos now, unless you bought it very cheap, then you're fine. But if you've just bought it recently, take your initial investments out ASAP, because look, we're indicating we are going to go down. We're overbought. In fact, if I go to the weekly, it will also show the same thing. Look at this weekly data. Look, we're overbought. It's saying, indicating, get the hell out of there. You need to get down. We need to cool down. So this is all indicating cool down. You see what I mean? Daily, weekly is indicating cool down. So when we've got a cool down period coming and we look at this and we can see this pump here, it's a matter of time that somebody starts taking profit. This is what I'm trying to say to you. You got to see this for what it is. Somebody's going to start taking profit. If you look carefully, I'll show you another funny fact, right? Observe this a lot of the time and you'll see exactly what I talk about. Ignore these two. Look at this, $7 billion volume. So we know there's a lot of action going on in there. $100 billion here. We know a lot of money's been flowing in and out of Tether. $2.3 billion here. We know not much. When you see 2.3, it's not much. That's an average. When you see XRP, $4.5 billion pumping in here, we can see that there's action happening here. There's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of battleground. This is battle money. $6 billion in Solana and counting. Look. Counting. So you see how this is working out. Polkadot, $7.8 billion. So who's going to be performing better, Polkadot or Solana? When I'm looking at the volume, I know this one's going to be still performing, right? So I'm going to keep an eye on this number. If I see this number change from $7.8 billion to $7 billion, what do I know? I'm assuming now the volume is dropping off, means the interest is going out of this into something else. Or the opposite is, if I see this double all of a sudden, I know that there's going to be a massive dump today. Just by looking at the number, there's a dump coming. And by the time we notice it, by the way, it's going to be too late, right? So same thing happens when you go to, where is it? Avalanche. What do you see on Avalanche? You can see the volume is dropped. And by the way, this was around 4 billion a few days ago, so it's dropped now. Let's look at Cosmos. What do you see? $4.5 billion. So we know that this average usually does about $1 to $2 billion. Currently is doing $4.5 billion. So if it's doing $4.5 billion, that's not the average. All of a sudden, what do you think it's going to do? It's going to have a nice little dump. But if you had it cheap, then great. Because I've had it since, like, I don't know. I think I've had Cosmos, I don't know, a few dollars. I can't remember when. I bought it way back in 2019. Or, no, 2018, I believe it was. Let me check. I did buy Cosmos early. No, it wasn't 2019 because I never bought Cosmos in 2019. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. No, 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 no. I bought it earlier. I bought it earlier. This is Binance. This is stupid. I've bought it earlier. I bought it earlier. Hey, Matt. How you doing? Absolutely, bro. It's an absolute crazy day. Matt, listen, I'm on the stream today. I'm just enjoying myself. If you want to join and you want to come on the show, you're more than welcome to. Because look, you can actually join me via Discord if you want. Not an issue. Just join me via Discord. Your voice will show up on the video as well, so we can have a nice little talk. And I'm also listening because I've got my headphone on, so I can hear anybody that's jumping onto the show. Yeah. So if you want to jump in, bro, we can talk. That's not an issue. Give me 1 second. Let me just quickly do something. 1 second. See, the craziest thing today was that so I'm on a stream, I'm on a live stream, and I was intending to be on it for about an hour. That's what I normally attempt to do, an hour, not go over the hour, and then we were there like for 2 hours. And in the beginning of the stream, someone, one of our members, said, "Oh, did you see what happened to Litecoin?" And I'm on the stream, and I'm just going off the top of my head, and I'm like, I've seen plenty of these kind of fake news, right? So I'm not fussed. I'm not bothered, right? This is what I've said. I literally just turned around. I said, I'm not bothered. I've seen so many of this kind of pump news, fake news coming from what's his name, coming from Litecoin. I don't trust it, right? And all the bullshit they give us. So when it came to, Litecoin, one thing I really do like to see, I want to see it on pen and paper. And normally pen and paper information comes from Litecoin Foundation. And I forgot to mention that, but that's what it is. It comes from the foundation. So I'm not going to jump on it or hype on it until I get full confirmation. So I was going to do some research later. And then as soon as I got off the stream, I had a few tweets come to me. I had a few messages sent out to me, and it was fake news. And I was like, "See, I told you, it must have been a fake news." Um, I give insane information. Thank you, man. Honestly, thank you, Eris, Ennis Alison. Thank you to the show, bro. Thank you for coming to the show. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Look, I'll do my best. Like I am new into this and already learning a lot from this explaining. Thank you very much, and I appreciate that. Listen, I like to go in detail, and if I have to spend a bit more time, I do. And tonight is one of those nights. Ask me whatever you want, and if I've got the answer to it, I'll give it to you. There are sometimes where I just turn around, like earlier on, a brother asked me, "Oh, can you do some investigation and can you tell me what happened with LTC and XYZ?" After the show, he asked me, and I literally text back him and I said, "No comment." I'm not going to tell you what LTC did or what LTC. I have zero comment because I don't know. However, I'll definitely try and investigate it and see what's going on. Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Sorry, do you know why I actually struggle to read? I struggle to read because normally when I'm at home, I don't wear my glasses. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm actually sitting at home and just doing my little thing, and I'll show you what I mean, right? So let me go in here, video capture device, and activate, and you can see me. So I'm just literally just sitting here doing my thing with my camera. So let me go into this scene so you can see what's going on. So 1 second, let me activate this. So basically I've got my camera switched off and I'm just chilling here. That's all I'm doing, right? I'm at home. I've got my green tea here, just chilling, drinking my green tea, and having a chill with you guys, having a blast. You have Twitter and anything else for me? Yes, I have. So if you look at my video links, I actually have everything. So I'm pretty insane in that sense. I'll show you what I mean. So if you go to, I'll show you what I mean. If you go to my channel, I hope I can show it to you. So if you go to my channel, you see this particular section here, this link here is the Discord. But if you click this one where it says my public profiles, is third one. This one, third one here. If you open this, you'll notice something. literally every single connection that I ever have is here. Right, so that's what I have here. Every single, because I'm one of those, you know, I don't hold back. I mean, I'm not, for example, I'll give you a good example. Other links, I forgot what they were anyway, but there are a few links, like, you know, other links to other platforms. I might earn some commission or not, but I don't promote them. I'm not your type of a guy who says, oh guys, I've got links below, go and basically join them and make some money out of it and do whatever. No, I'm not that guy. Do it at your own leisure. I don't care. I don't even know if half of them work. I've just got the link there. Just go and see. Only one I do know works is Ledger, which is connected direct to the Ledger website, not my affiliate link. So that's Ledger. I just did that for safety. BlockFi does have my original link, so this has a referral link, but to this day, maybe I think $10 once I've received. But you know, again, most people don't even look at my description. They just come to the show, they enjoy the show, they probably hit the like button, they disappear. And even the like button, I have to tell them a lot of the times is like, guys, hit that like button, you know, subscribe if you haven't. So it's one of those you got to constantly remind people, right? Coinbase, I think I have my link on this one. I'm not sure, but I think this is one of my very old links, because I do have them saved on a notebook and I just kind of copy and paste and put them there. Instagram, of course, everyone has one. I do, but it's automated with Facebook. I don't really do anything. This is the Reddit, again, kind of automated. All right, this is just Reddit stuff. Automated. Facebook is automated. Twitter, whenever I go online, I do go and just go blast it a little bit, and then I don't spend too much time. But the one I do spend a lot more time is Discord, because I actually use it on a day-to-day basis with other stuff. So that's what I do. And even if you look at the chat, you can see my chat bots coming on, and they're also constantly prompting people like, be awesome, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. So a lot of automation. I do use a lot of automation things. And then there are other stuff here, like for example, this one here. I think this is a I forgot what it was. I think it's a PayPal link or something. So it's like more like, rather than having Patreon or something like this, I put this there, and so on and so forth. So I mean, I've got all sorts of links there. Even like when you join, I do have an option where you can just support me, and I do get some members from there, which is awesome, and they do kind of support me on a monthly basis. I do appreciate that. Like we've got our newest member was 0DM, I believe it was. He was here earlier on, actually, 0DMN or something. So he's there. Super awesome guy. So let's see what that does. But yeah, I mean, look, it's massive thing. And also, the channel was rebranded. So some of my older videos actually have a different brand. Channel was rebranded. I actually dedicate this completely to crypto now, compared to everything else. So, you know, it's getting big. I have more videos here in 9 months than the number of days in it. If that's insane, right? I think I have like 400 or 500 videos compared to how many days there are since I've actually launched this channel. So it's been pretty awesome. And it's a good journey to have. So yeah, let's see what happens. Chilling vibe, of course, bro. And it's honestly, we've got to chill, man. We've got to chill. Sometimes, you know what, the market is so what you call this, like, insane. You know, it's just one of those, like, every day it goes up and down, and we're kind of stuck on there. I mean, how many of you wake up every day in the morning and first thing you do, you look at your phone and look at your accounts to see what your balance is? A lot of people do that. But sometimes what you got to do is you just got to get into that mode and kind of chill out a little bit, relax, and just say, you know what, sod it. Let the market do what the market does, right? And this is one of the reasons why I've got this insane logo created here, right? My logo. I love my logo. I fell in love with it. It says dump before the pump, right? And that's the whole thing. You got to sometimes just look at things for what they are. And if it's going to be a dump before the pump, then just say it's a dump before the pump. You know what I mean? So that's how I just left it. I said, look, you know, let's just state the facts here, because why go around, you know, hyping stuff and not understanding the market for what it is? You know, if it's going to dump, it's going to dump. If it's going to pump, it's going to pump. And normally when it does it before certain things, right? So, you know, we've got to always see this, right? So this is my super logo, and it doesn't matter how you read it. You know, expect the pump after a dump, or if you read it after a dump, expect the pump. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter how you do this. And I say 50% corrections are normal for Bitcoin. And again, it doesn't matter how you read it, right? Or whichever direction. The whole idea here is to see the market for what it is. Be real, you know, be real, chill out, you know, and keep it that way. And let me see I think someone just messaged me on Discord. Matt. I see you, Matt. So
Hey man, can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro. How's it going, bro? I think everyone can hear you.
Good man. What's up,
What?
everybody?
Oh, welcome to the show,
You
man.
guys having
Welcome to
a
the
good
show,
day?
bro. Absolutely. It's been an awesome, awesome day, Matt. Nice to see you here.
Thanks for inviting me up, man.
Anytime, man.
Really
Look,
appreciate it.
I've set it up this way. Can you imagine? So I've allowed it. A lot of people don't realize this when they're on my stream. They can actually join the stream. So right now, you might not be hearing any of the music or anything, neither am I. But actually, on the YouTube, they're listening to the music and they're listening to us as well. Do you know what I mean? Also on the YouTube
Yeah, man.
feed, I believe when we talk, our little indicators should show up. So that's pretty cool. And I'm also starting up a YouTube live stream school soon as well. So where I'm going to be, I've talked about where I'm going to start up maybe 10 lessons to get you into that level where you have full understanding of how the market works. So I'm going to break it down in 10 lessons and try and get everyone over there. So that would be awesome, you know.
Very cool, man. I'll definitely check it out.
But yeah, I mean, it's a cool thing to have. I mean, I love the fact that Discord actually allows me to use the feed direct onto YouTube. That's pretty cool. But no, really nice hearing your voice and having you here. So it's been awesome. I love your show, man. The thing is a lot of the time when I'm actually early in the morning, the time you do your shows, for me, it's like 5, 6 a.m. And normally I'm like knackered. So I see your messages. I'm like, oh, do I have the energy to go on? Maybe when I don't, that would be really, really nice.
No, I fully understand, man. We're in different time zones, but I always tune into yours. Yours is usually 3, 4 o'clock my time. I don't know what time it is where you're at right now, but
Right now
definitely check
here
it out.
is 22:40 p.m.
Oh, so pretty good.
Yeah, massive time difference. Yeah, because I know you. I mean, you're from USA, so it depends on which side of USA. Because you guys have massive time zones. The time difference is ridiculous, right? I've got friends in Texas, and I do play gaming with them, and oh my days, the time difference is ridiculous over there.
Yeah, I'm in the same as Texas. We're all in Central.
Is it? Yeah,
So
super, super. So how's it
yeah,
going
man.
for you? I mean, how are you finding the markets, bro?
Well, we had the Litecoin news, man. I'm sure you're aware. Um,
I was on the live
Litecoin.
stream when that broke out. When that news came to me, so I was on the live stream earlier on today. I was doing a live stream talking about the market, and KR, one of our super members, he basically broke out the news on the live. He said, "Oh, bro, did you see what happened on live stream?" And I was like, "Oh, this is probably just another FUD. This is probably just fake news." And I'm talking on the stream and I'm telling people it's a fake news. I won't believe anything, but guys, be careful. Don't jump into this trade. Don't FOMO in. This is what Litecoin does. I've seen it before too many times. Don't do it. I've mentioned this, right? And then the positive side, if it was true, I've mentioned this as well. And then it turns out to be a complete scam, exactly as I thought it would be.
Well, the thing that got most people was verified Twitter account for Litecoin retweeted the news article from Globostar.
Yeah.
So that got the market really, really moving. And they even went, like the news station Globostar, they actually went as far as to fake quote the Walmart CEO about Litecoin. So, like, the news just kind of broke the crypto space this morning, and we saw a pretty good retracement. But it's good to see everything kind of heading back on the right track as of right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because the thing is what one thing you got to understand is the way when the news breaks out, like the Twitter account, right? You do know that that's just some idiot managing it, right? Because it's not the official Twitter. I mean, it is the official Litecoin Twitter account, but it's not managed by the main admins of Twitter. What we like to see is actual statements of the official people, like Charlie Lee, for example. Well, actually, no. What we would have liked is people like Charlie Lee if they stayed on Litecoin, but Charlie Lee's left Litecoin. So who do we listen to now?
Yeah, but another thing too is that's whether it's the SEC or whoever, they're gonna actually investigate that because that's a form of market manipulation. What happened today?
Hundred
You
percent.
retweet information like that, and you get a big spike, and they're gonna investigate whoever was selling at the top of there.
Yep, because
Um,
that's what I'm going to
so
be investigating. I'm going to be investigating who, or not who, but how much Litecoin was bought prior to this news breaking out, and then I'm going to see how much Litecoin was taken off chain because that's what I need to see. Who dumped it, who sold it, what was it? Because you can see the volume of transaction and actually figure out what really happened. So I'm going to investigate that myself, actually.
yeah, because prior to the run up to 235, it was actually in a bit of a downward trend. It hit a low of 170 on the 13th. Yep, around. It hit a low of 170 this morning before the major run up to 235. So I don't know what was going on, man, but I think someone had whoever was running that Twitter feed is definitely in the hot seat today. Sure, man, because stuff like that's never good for the markets. You know, if it would have been true, oh, the markets would have been roaring today, man. But
Definitely.
we didn't see it hold true, and back to where we were. But everything's looking decent today, rebounding off of what was a major spike off of like fake Litecoin news. So I'm happy to see that, man.
No, definitely. You see, the thing is, I mean, I've been mentioning this as well, like, on the charts, when we look at the charts, right, especially like the BTC charts and Ethereum chart and everything, one thing we've been noticing is how the market has been indicating that, look, we've been in this overbought territory too much. We need to start getting back up. Obviously, we've got a little bit of a bearish divergence there, which still says that there is a possible, still like, we're not ready to move up yet. So when you look at the RSI, we can see the RSI is still kind of in the middle zone. We need it to go to that 40 at least. But then if the market becomes bullish and if everybody starts pumping, we can easily pump back up again. But all of this is giving us slight bearish divergence on a mini short time frame. Ultimately, the traded signal is get in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely, man. And I was a little upset yesterday. I'm a big ADA fan, and smart contracts, the whole ecosystem was actually released, and we were down 5% on the day. But I'm not concerned about it. I think ADA is gonna slowly climb its way back up to the $3 range here in the short term, maybe possibly into October. Historically, September is always pretty bearish for crypto. If you go back and look at the trend
Oh,
line,
yes, 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 absolutely.
so to see the red this month is not really overly concerning for me. Maybe just a little bit better buying opportunity on the dips right here. But I'm hoping for something to pop off here pretty shortly with XRP too as well. That could possibly be a pretty good news catalyst for the crypto space, being that the lawsuit is it's wrapping up, and
It is, and so far the back end news, the rumor, I can say I can't really confirm too much, but the news in the background for the community, and these are kind of more official hints that we've got, is all positive.
yep, all positive. And just for reference, it's accidentally listed XRP chart on its platform. I think it was Saturday. Don't quote me on the exact date, but the other night, and it actually shot from 108 to 124 within a 5 minute candle. So that just goes to show you the XRP is a loaded rocket. It's just waiting for the news from the lawsuit to actually break.
Oh, it is. I'll show you something else that would kind of make you more insane. Get that call, and I'll show you something.
Oh, I'm good.
All right, let me show you this. You're gonna love this one. Let me show you this. So this is Coinbase Institute, the custody, right? So this is Coinbase Institute, right? So on Coinbase Institute, every one of these coins, they only show them if they are available to them, only if they have invested in it, and if they are going to list it at some point, or if they have already listed it, right? So that's what you see here. Well, guess what? One of the tokens that we have here that popped up again, Coinbase Custody. So you see how this is now showing that it's got a massive potential for this coin to actually come back again.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that, man.
So when I look at this, so sometimes when I choose my big boy coins, I actually choose my big boy coins from here. And I'm telling you, there's hundreds of coins. I mean, not hundreds, but there's near to 100 coin here that hasn't even launched yet, right? So we can see those coins already here. And one of them is this one here. I've talked about this many times, right? There are other coins here that haven't launched yet. They're coming.
Oh, that's really awesome, man. I'm gonna have to look further into that.
Mm.
I don't know if you caught up with Floki coin.
Uh,
That was one
you
of
know how
the
Floki came out. You do know how Floki came about, right?
I honestly do not. I found out about it yesterday after the Elon tweet.
Okay. Let me tell you how
Yeah.
Floki came about, right? Let me give you a bit of history on this one, right? It's hilarious, right? So Elon Musk tweeted and he said, if I buy a dog, if I buy a Shiba, right? He said, if I buy a dog, right, I'm gonna call it Floki Inu, right? So he's taking the Mickey, and true to his words, he did call it Floki Inu, right? Which is fine, right? Floki, basically. So it's a Shiba Inu dog, which he called Floki. Fair play, that's his Floki. And Floki, the coin, someone decided to go quickly online and create a Floki coin. But whoever this person was clever enough, and I think they're connected, by the way, to kind of partner up with, like, get the coin out there, list it on Uniswap and all of that, and then somehow connect with Elon Musk Brothers Charity. and legitimize it. You know what I mean? So I'm sure it's all connected, and then obviously this coming in. So it was bound to happen. The I didn't invest in it because I wasn't quite sure what was going on, but I did see the news and everything, and I was like, I can see where this is going. So this is getting ready to wreck someone. You know what I mean? And then there was another one
Yeah.
actually. So you carry on. I'm telling you, there's another coin that someone showed me recently, which kind of worried me a bit as well.
We have to be careful with them tweets, man, with them little small unknown coins, because they can burn you, man. They really can. And I saw Floki up 200% last night, and I think it was up as much as 1,000% today. So I mean, you definitely could have made money on it, but the amount of time to and effort to actually go through, and I'm sure it's available on some type of Uniswap or something. But
Oh, definitely. That's where they are, and that's where most of you see most of the Uniswap tokens. There's about thousands of coins on Uniswap that haven't been listed on the market cap, and this is why I have a rule. I say to people, if it's not on Coin Market Cap or CoinGecko or Coin Paprika, don't mention it to me. I'm not going to talk about it. So there's another one, for example. The other day, did you see Elon Musk's tweet called Methodology Rules? Right.
I did.
Right. So he mentioned that, but this one's a funny one. He mentioned it exactly 1 hour after M Rules was launched. Now that's crazy. That's crazy, right? So I did. Hold on. Let me just show you what I did see. Right. BSC scan. I believe it's .com. Let me just check. Not scam. Sorry. I just went to scam. Let's just let's just do Binance. Just be.
Another big connect, man.
I'll show you this one here. Oh, trust me, bro. It feels like that. I'm telling you, it definitely feels like that. Um, so I'm looking for the. Oh, so there it is. BSC scan. I typed in scan. So if I put in rules, and I'll show you, it does pop up. Funnily, it goes through. It searches everything. Look, scam coin. And the thing is this is exactly what Elon Musk tweeted. Freaks me out. I see,
Safe
I
coin, you
see a
said?
yeah, I see a trillion tokens. Fine, but when I done a deep dive, this is what I saw. I saw 14 addresses, 38 transfers. That's all I saw. Okay, so I then said, okay, fine. I want to go and see the contract creator and see what the contract creator is doing. So this is the contract creator. So I deep dive into his wallet to see what he's holding, and guess what I saw? He's holding these so many different scam coins. Look, 20 million scam coin. There's another one here, 1.9 look, 19 trillion of this baby Doge scam coin, right? You see millions of these scam coins he's holding it. So when I'm looking at this, I can see this guy's been busy doing scams. Only problem that I see is obviously he launched his coin at 10:39 and then Elon Musk done it at 11:39 a.m. or something like this. All right? And then I made some logical,
So
yeah,
this is he's asking about FNDZ or XRP. I would, if it was me personally, I would be throwing my money toward XRP. Just my preference. Of course, they could lose the lawsuit. You know, nobody. It's never 100% guaranteed, but likelihood of that is slim to none. So
well, pretty much, I'll tell you what XRP's done. And XRP's, this was quite clever. XRP says if you're going to basically call us a security, then you have to call everybody else a security too, including Ethereum, especially they picked up on Ethereum.
I know that, and
Right. And that kind of created a big problem because we know who are the biggest investors in Ethereum, the actual institutions, right? The people, very same people, SEC protects. By the way, SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, is not there to protect the retail. Believe me, they're there to protect the institutions, right?
oh, I 100% agree. I started streaming because of AMC.
Is
So
it?
market manipulation is extremely real, and it's fit for the institution. But as of late, the retail have been gaining some steam. You know, we've seen many times this year the retails are gaining some pretty good wins over the institutions. So
Oh,
it's
definitely,
definitely
definitely. This is yeah, exactly. This is what I say to people. I say, look, guys, the people who jumped into the Bitcoin or any of these coins, right? At that time, I think we had like 6,000 coins. By the way, when I started doing the YouTube on crypto about 9 months ago, we only had, I think, about 5,000-6,000 coins. And I was telling everyone, I said, guys, you front run the institutions. Every one of these institutions, you've front run all of them. They're coming now. Of course, some of them were there, but they didn't announce it. I knew, secretly a lot of institutions were already there, because the way I saw that was, if you look at Coinbase custody, you will see that the public addresses that they have, and that they say, oh, we have, this many Coinbase accounts. Well, that was retail, and at this on the side they had about 2,000 institution grade accounts as well on the side, and they've always kept that there, but they've never publicly mentioned it until recently. Now they said they got 9,000 institutions involved. So,
Yeah, it's a big difference.
massive difference.
And he's asking, what is the whole blockchain behind XRP that is so good?
Let me have a
The
look.
thing about XRP is all the big banks are actually going to adopt it. That and XLM are two
Matt, I'm going to correct you there now. I'm going to correct you there. XRP is actually so there's a funny fact about XRP, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not bullish on XRP. So let me put it this way: I will put every last penny I own into Ripple, and Ripple is the institution part of crypto of XRP. By the way, Ripple is used by over 200 of the top banks in the world already.
Yes, I agree.
So that's what it is, and that's what separates it. So XRP will never be used. In fact, a few years ago on the XRP website, and I'm not sure, I'm going to double check this right now for you. XRP. So let's see if XRP website comes up. Let's see. We don't want to see this. Ripple.com. Let's have a look at Ripple.com. They actually used to have a section just here that used to say XRP is not, right, Ripple. They actually said that. They used to have an actual thing there, and they said it is not. They specifically use that. So here you go. Ripple is focused on building technology to help unleash new utility for XRP. That's Ripple is the company, but Ripple is also a token that is already used by 200 of the largest banks to do money remitting service between themselves, right? So
is Ripple listed?
no, RippleNet is private. It's a private blockchain.
Well, I consider it two the same, and I may be
No,
wrong.
no, look, RippleNet, RippleX, and then you've got XRP. XRP was the public token version for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. It wasn't actually a technology. I mean, they might make it into something in the future because they can see the benefit of allowing NFTs and allowing people to build on it. But you couldn't build anything on Ripple. It was only as a speculative thing, and this is one of the problems they had. And I think the SEC also picked up on this as well. They said, you sold it as a speculative product, and they're picking up and they're saying, well, yeah, everybody else sold it, so why can't we? The reason Bitcoin is not part of is not listed as an SEC security is because Bitcoin never sold anything. Do you know what I mean? Bitcoin was mined initially and then sold later on, so that was something very important. But RippleNet was actually what was being utilized by the banks, not RippleX, and that's where the difference comes in. These are two different coins. Let me again look. XRP is a digital asset built for payments. It is the native digital asset on the XRP ledger. Remember, this is the XRP ledger. That's all this is. And then you've got the Ripple is a complete different technology, which is the private blockchain. Similar. I don't know if you know about Ethereum actually has a private blockchain as well. Most of the enterprises use the Ethereum's private blockchain, which is, I believe, is called Quorum or something like this. So that's what the banks already use, by the way. A lot of the banks are building on this already.
Yeah, I read something about that. I'm looking further into this Ripple thing because I thought the two were interly connected because they have XLM. So as of late, I did my heavy research into XLM. For the longest time, I've been preaching the Coinbase debit card.
Okay.
Because a lot of retail investors, some people don't have a ton of money to throw into the market, so I started recommending the Coinbase debit card, which is 0% transaction fees, 0% to transfer money from your bank to the card, and you earn 4% XLM or 1% Bitcoin or whenever you make a purchase on the cards.
Yeah, that's the offer they're doing in USA at the moment. In UK, that offer doesn't exist for us. In UK, I think they charge us 1% for transactions, but yes, of course, bank transfers are free. So that's been quite good to stay into crypto. In fact, I've been telling people, if you want to get into crypto, use Coinbase to get into USDT so you can move around all the exchanges freely. But that's what that is, right? Again, XRP and XLM, right? So you know the founder of XLM, he used to be the original, one of the original founders of XRP. So they kind of share the same story like Ethereum. How Ethereum had, at one point, I mean, they still do, I believe. They had 1.8 founders. Out of the eight, there was four main founders. One kind of vanished into thin air, and three of them ended up being Vitalik Buterin, Charles Hoskinson, and Gavin Wood. Now I know their names off by heart, right? Because I do follow them quite a lot. I don't know the name for the guy of XLM, or the guys for XRP. There's still two of them in XRP, and all of,
It's one's Jed McCaleb. That was
exactly,
the one that was actually being investigated about the XRP wallet that kept dumping into his account.
yes,
That was what initially kicked off the whole investigation.
right. So you know more, exactly. So that's the names, but there is two founders there right now, still in XRP, and the XRP is more to do with finance. So you can see, like XRP offers financial institutions the fastest, most reliable options for, sourcing liquidity on demand. But that's what Ripple does under the hood for the banks already. And XRP,
So so does Ripple have a blockchain?
yes, they have two blockchains.
Because that's what I'm looking in right now.
They have two.
I thought the two was
No, this website is new. They actually blatantly said it here. Ripple is not XRP. They used to write this down here. Trust me, when I saw it, I was like, "What? Okay, I'm not definitely not coming into this."
yeah.
They,
You kind of just blew my mind here on the stream.
yeah, they actually. I think we can go to the Wayback Machine and see something there. They clearly wrote down, very specifically. They wrote down, and it was the first thing when you go in there, you read it down here, and it says Ripple is not XRP. It was there the whole time.
Definitely look into it,
Yeah,
man.
you
Because
have a look, because anybody who's seen XRP, because I don't follow XRP, it's been many years now, and the last few bags I had, I dumped them already. So, but that used to be written
yeah, I
here.
heard you say that.
Yeah, it was written here the whole time. XRP is not Ripple. XRP is not Ripple. And every other news articles that they ever wrote, all the announcements was regarding Ripple. Ripple is doing this. Ripple is partnering with banks. Ripple is being used by this and that. Ripple was what bought what do you call this? The MoneyGram, right? Ripple bought MoneyGram. XRP, no. But then people always thought it was XRP. It wasn't. You see, Ripple and XRP are completely two different blockchains, two different products.
Oh, I'm gonna definitely. You definitely gave me some information to look up after this.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I looked at it and then I was like, ah, sod it. I don't want to be on this one. So it was really, really important. But I think they can evolve. You see, the thing is opportunities, right? They can evolve. And I've mentioned this on a video. I said if Ripple and XRP merge, number one, then I will go all in. And the other condition is the founders have to burn their coins that they have. Then I believe an XRP would be going to $300-400. And I'm not even joking. $300-400 XRP should have been here by now if they didn't actually
I'm
hold so
I'm
much.
still thinking. I'm still hoping for 5-10 bucks this year. I think it's gonna be a pretty decent run up after this lawsuit is all said and done, man. XRP has an extremely big army behind it, and
Oh, yes.
they actually have lawyers that are invested in XRP that are doing free work for the company.
Yep, I
And
know. I know. I know. I know.
It's very cool to see, man.
I'm telling you. I mean, if you
Very
look,
cool to
I
see.
mean, we done an analysis the other day, and we looked at it as well, and we did talk about XRP from, say, just taking from the 2018, no, sorry, 2020 dump, March dump. If we just take the March dump and just use the highest point we've had currently, we did an analysis, and we said, look, we could easily see. Sorry, we were using the body. I remember we're using the body because we don't like to use the thing. We could easily see this particular level here. Where is it? Sorry, no, it was this level here, and it was this level here. Right. So we could easily see this particular area where you can see that, a three, like currently we might even see anything up to this $3, three plus, right? But the key level for us is this area here. So what we're looking at, if we can break this previous all-time high, right? Just break this previous all-time high using the 2020 data, right? And we're not even going as far as anything. We can see this year easily a lovely little $5 coin. So I was talking to someone else the other day. I think it was Zero DNB actually. I spoke to them and I said, can I investigate? Okay, hold on. What's Zero DNB asking me? Okay, zero DMB. What did you ask me? Investigate what, bro? I need to see this one. You want me to investigate? Investigation is not simple. I mean, if you're talking about Litecoin, that's going to be something insane. So because it takes a lot more. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to read the chat for a little bit and let's see what happens. What's in the chat, right? So he wants me to investigate something on the stream. I'll have a look and see what that is. Investing into XRP or FNDZ. If I was you, I'll look for my portions and I'll kind of, do 70 on Ethereum, 70% Ethereum, 30% on the other one. I mean, why choose one? Have both, right? Oh, Yamvi, you can barely hear Matt. Okay, Matt, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here, man.
Right. Apparently they can barely hear you. So let me double check why they can't hear you. I know exactly why they can't hear you. Okay, Yambi, can you hear Mac now? And if not, then I can.
Do a voice check real quick.
Yeah, I think I know what I need to do. I think I need to just, where the output for the servers. Okay, let's
Do
see.
you stream off of OBS?
Yes, I use a OBS and what you call this the Discord. I use them in conjunctions. Yeah, so output volume was low. That's all it is. So let me put the output volume up. I think now everyone's going to hear you scream. So that would be quite awesome. I think that would now shake a few people. El Bubble can't find the live. Oh my days, El Bubble.
I'm here.
El Bubble, you've been sitting there all this time, you nutter.
And I didn't interfere.
Matt.
I can hear both of you very well.
Matt, meet El Bubble. He's a big, big Egld whale.
Hey, man, how's it going, man?
Yeah,
He's an actual Egld whale, by the way.
my baby grows to 5 digits now. It's good.
Well, I just wanted to stop in, man, and say you know, tune into your stream quite a bit, man, and I appreciate seeing other YouTubers put out content, man. Being a
Awesome.
creator myself, I enjoy watching YouTube, so I'm definitely always popping in, checking out the streams, man.
Awesome, man. No, I really appreciate that. And you're more than welcome to come and join in anytime. My stream, my live thing is always open. Sometimes I do forget to go on it, but if I'm here, pop in. If I'm doing a live stream, even on the chats, just let me know. Okay, I'm here. I'm going to join you. Jump in. I don't mind. Anybody's welcome to join me. That's how I like it. So I can see what Zero DNB is asking, how I do the investigation. Okay, I'll explain that. So yeah, Matt.
Yeah, man. Next time you get a chance, I'll try to schedule something, man, where you can come on and
Super.
drop some information on my end, man. But I appreciate you having me up. I'm actually gonna go research this XRP Ripple.
Please do. Yeah, no, double check that because that's really important. And also, if you need to use the Wayback Machine, use that because they changed their website. So double check that. That would be the key for you. And you can see they had it blatantly on the first page. As soon as you enter, the first statement they said for everybody said Ripple is not a XRP.
Yep.
And that's what got me. That's what got me. That's what said to me, no, I can't be in this. If they change it now and they're evolving now, great. But that's what they said in the past.
I knew Ripple was like an entity, but I thought they were like interchangeable and they worked together. And that's what just kind of got me mixed up.
No.
So, yep. When I don't know something, I'm gonna go spend a couple hours researching it.
That's the way. That's the way. Yes, exactly. Get the facts because that's what's important. And that's what I mean. I did when I did that. When I checked it. When I just went. I mean, for me, like everything I've heard, all the research I did was great. When you go into Reddit and this and that, it's all great, right? Because other people's opinion, you can take that on board. But as soon as I went onto their website, it was the last place I went to, by the way. So I don't normally jump into someone's website because I don't want to listen to what the company's telling me. And after reading everything, when I went to their company website and I saw XRP and I was like, what? They just said that themselves. Then what the hell am I investing in? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, and that was back in 2017, by the way. And I walked away. I said, sod it. Whatever I've got. I'm going to leave it there. There's a few bags and I'm going to leave it. Then I'm going to move off. So he said still some issues. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so Yambi can't hear us. Let's see. Let me try and...
Yep. SD, El Bubble Man. I'm gonna look to head out, but thank you for the knowledge, man. Greatly appreciate it.
Awesome, my
Appreciate you.
brother. No, you too, bro. Thank you very much for coming to the stream. And when we make some time, definitely I'll come over as well to your stream as well one day, and we'll talk about it. I mean, around this time is actually a good time. So, even if we have to pre-record something, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think we can pre-record a little segment, and then you can throw it in your channel if you want. But we'll talk about stuff if you need any stuff, or we can just schedule something another day. That's not an issue, and see where we
Yep.
go from there.
Anytime you need some, man, just reach out to me, man. I appreciate it.
Definitely, my brother. Definitely. Thank you very much.
Y'all have a good one.
You too, man. Awesome. Thank you very much for coming. Cheers. All right, guys. L Bubble, can you say something? Let me see how this comes out.
I'm hearing very well.
You can hear me, I know. But I think other people are. I think Yami's having some issue listening to you. I'm not quite sure why. I've got everything on max, so they should be able to hear you actually. So I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I think so because the sound is great. I didn't expect it to be so great.
I can hear you loud and clear, but the DC volume is low. Um, okay. So let's try and sort this out because obviously we can hear each other, and that's because of how I've set up the stream. So let me sort this out. Because if I go to video and audio, that's now 200%. So Yami, can you hear L Bubble?
I can hear you.
You can hear me. Can Yami hear you?
Yami, can you hear me, buddy? I can't hear him either.
Let's hope he
I don't
can
know.
hear you, because now I think that's the max. I can't go any further than that. That's already done. Hold on. He said he can't hear you. There may be another option to this. Give me a second. Let me try this. Let me try. That might just explode everything now. So let's bring the volume to about 130.
Oh,
And let's see how this reacts, because that might just explode everything. So Yami, say something. So not Yami, sorry. Bubble, say
yeah.
something.
Yami, can you hear me now, buddy? Now? Yes.
All right.
Now, maybe he had a problem with his mic or with his
No,
gadget. I
he
don't
can
know.
hear me, but I don't know. But
Oh,
still
okay,
not
makes
loud
sense.
enough. Okay, he said still not loud enough. So let's make this more louder for him. And I think this one's gonna. This was
500%.
this is
Wow.
this is the last. This is
Only
all we can do. So now if I make it this. All right, so I've just made it as loud as possible, and that's about it. So let me read some
okay.
messages.
Okay.
Right.
Maybe you can hear me now.
He can hear you now. Did he say? Oh, yes, yes, he can hear you. Okay.
You're perfect.
Now
But he
it's good.
doesn't talk
That's the max.
because
Zero
I can't hear
DNB.
him.
Zero DNB. That's the loud I can go, bro. That's as loud as I can do it. You know what I mean? So that was the loudest. You can see this is everything is maxed out, compared to me or the music. As you can see, look, I'm keeping myself low because I know I'm directly connected. And obviously, everything you saw is now maxed. The
Yeah,
stream
but
is
your
delayed.
volume.
Yes, the stream is slightly delayed. That has nothing to do with me, unfortunately. So that's got to do with how the YouTube works. Yes, that's all to do with YouTube. I don't personally delay my stream. It's just how YouTube works. So that's something we just got to live with, unfortunately. So let's carry on. Yami, how's it going for you, bro? How's it been? Any special coin you want me to talk about? Not Yami, sorry. Um,
Bubble.
bubble.
Bubble gum. No. I'm fine. I just want to join the chat because I know I can hear different opinions, and I think
Super.
the live chat is amazing.
No, I
To
think everybody
actually,
on the live chat. I mean, we've got Yami, we had Ennis earlier on. Ennis is awesome as well. He just joined us today, and he came from Yami, so he was recommended by Yami, which is awesome. Thank you very much, Yami. I do appreciate that. And we can see everything. And Zero DMB wants me to start investigating. Let's talk about this. So when I'm gonna go investigating this, I'm literally gonna go to the blockchain, have a look at every single transaction, and I'm telling you it's going to take hours to do this. So for example, when we go to the Litecoin blockchain, right, it's not easy when we do investigations like this, right? All right. What we got to do is go and find. 1 second. Do they have the Litecoin Explorer here? That's the question. I need to, first of all, I need to find Litecoin. Let's see. No, this is, you see, this is all I've got here. So let me find Litecoins Explorer. So we need to find the Litecoin Blocks Explorer. So Blockchain does have it, which is great. So what we need to do is we need to first get into this. And this is a long work, by the way. So we need to find out, and it could be yesterday, it could be day before, it could be a month before. What we need to do is find out who the person is that actually, and Blockchain, as you can see, is taking its time. But yeah, we need to find out who the person is. All right, so VAT, we'll find it. But this is Blockchain. Let's just wait for it and see when it loads up. So we dig down and we see, we try and track a large transaction and see who bought that, number one. Once we have all of that information, then we track it down to which exchange it went to. So it's not easy. Let's have a look at all of this.
It should work for the low case.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is I need to find out, so you see this is the first time I'm doing it as well. What we need to first find out is all the transactions. That's what I need. What I'm looking for is transactions. I want to see transactions. So I need to look at the transactions. I need to see inputs and I need to see outputs. So it's not easy what you think or how you think it works, right? So see, again, I'm not getting much information of this, but let's try and see how much we can find here. So this is just a brief. I won't do it right now, but what I'm trying to say is it goes in, it will do its thing, and we're gonna have to look at all of these information to see exactly how many. So for example, you can see this, what was the output, right? So you can see this was a 2 output. So let's have a look at something. So this is just a thing. Let's have a look at all of this. Is it giving me what I want? It's going to be hard, but we'll find out. Let's try and see if we can find anything large here. What I'm going to try and see is some big LTC. Yes, that's what I need. LCC. I don't want block. I don't need hash. I don't need that. I don't need this. I don't need USDT. I don't care about that. I don't care about transaction fee. Has witness data. I need that. And so that's it, right? So let's show. So this is what we're looking at. This is all we're trying to track, input and output. And we've got to find something basically. So let's have a look at output 1 second. We're looking at time, obviously. So what we can see, one of the largest transactions. So this is how we track it, right? So you can see 5.6 million LTC. And here we also have 5.6. So input and output was same. So we can see this moved in, right? Wherever it went to, doesn't even have any witnesses. But anyway, moves into, it does this movement on the 8th of March. So these are 8th of March. So let's try and bring the dates closer to us. So nothing much here. These are just small transactions. And this would take, hours and hours, if not days, because remember, hundreds of transactions happen. So this is how we will track it. We need to find that, transaction and the date matching, right? To say, okay, this is when this happened, and go on like this. So as you can see, just an example, it will take hours to do, but that's how you find out. You find that transaction, and once you find the transactions, then you would click into that transactions, right? You say, okay, well, I want to get into that transaction, which again, I don't know if I can do it from here, but you get into that transaction. Let's try and see if I can find it from the hash. So you jump into this. Let me Command C, copy, V paste. Nope, it won't even come up here. What the hell is this doing? So no, what we so it's not going to be easy, but that's what we have to do. So we have to track it, find it, look for it, find it on the exchange. Once we know all of that, then we have to verify that that's the data and then move forward from there. So cut the long story short, that's what that would be. Can you turn up DC? Okay. Can barely hear Matt. Okay. Sorry guys, I didn't realize that you couldn't hear Matt. I'm really sorry about that. Ripple instead of XRP. Yes, Ripple is. Uh, No, Ripple is something completely separate to XRP. So a lot of people get surprised when I tell them this. Um, it was before because of LTC. Just curious of how you know who was dumping. No, I don't know who specifically dumps it, but we can track it. We can say if someone is manipulating this. And of course, there's going to be an investigation, and I'm going to be investigating as well myself. Obviously, as I said, there's a lot more I'm going to be checking. So you can see these blocks are confirmations are coming in. So 2 out of 24, someone is doing something. And you can look into these blocks and see. I'm not going to use Blockchain, by the way. I'm going to find the proper one and deal with it from there. But I'm not a Litecoin holder, so I wouldn't know much about Litecoin. I know it's the same as Bitcoin, but when it comes to Bitcoin or Ethereum, I'm a lot more super fast in BSC, for example. I can track Binance Chains easy, right? Because I've worked on them myself. When it comes to stuff like this, I don't follow them. I've only gone into them for the pump reasons back in the days. And then when I saw that they were kind of pathetic, I just dropped them and I left. And I'm one of those. I'm not marrying the coin. I'm in it for the money. I'm going to make my money. I'm going to get the hell out, right? Because I don't want losses. So that's what I'll do. And I mean, I picked up Litecoin at what, $15 or £15. And after £15, I decided to just dump it when it was about 70, £80. So I did like 4 or 5x and I got rid of it. I didn't bother anymore. So that was it. That for me, it was over. Um, Shout out to Matt, of course. Still some issue. Okay. Sorry, guys. I didn't see the chat during that time. Stream is always delayed. Um, yeah, chat is weird. I don't know why it's delayed by 30 seconds. Ennis is still here. Awesome. VET So let's move into some of our stuff. Let's get rid of this. I'll do this later, guys. I'll do this later. There's a lot of stuff here. I'll do this later. So let's move into SXP, which we'll be using. SXP is a super solid project. Super solid project. I do have a belief that they might do well. A lot of people don't probably know this. SXP, the headquarters, is actually in Marble Arch, London. All right, so SXP's headquarters is actually in Marble Arch, London. I did once try and create an appointment with them because of a project I was actually working on, but I'm not sure why. I kind of just didn't bother with them anymore, but I think I will still talk to them later on in the future. And also, just to let you know, SXP has massive investments from Binance. So Binance is actually a investment partner of SXP. So if it can pump, it will pump. You know what I mean? And so far, look, it doesn't matter. It's been like this pump and dump coin. This is not even the market. I don't think this is even the market. Look at the way it works. Pump, dump, and we're in another phase. We're about to do a pump. So, we did talk about this before, and we said the potential for SXP is in the high end, right, of everything. Like, super, super bullish, $10. But I wouldn't really jump onto this boat and, look for that $8, $9 or anything like this. I'll wait for it. But you can see previous high, it did really well. It went to around $5.96. So it has potential. Currently it's down, but if you just look at this, pump, dump, doesn't matter what it does. So let's see what it does. Ultimately, I wouldn't be extra bullish. And remember, this is the time of the market when you shouldn't be too bullish on too many stuff. So that's SXP. VET is different, right? VeChain is a whole different story. VeChain is partnering with so many different companies, doing so many different things, and it's growing rapidly. It's growing. So it kind of follows BTC, but I think it's going to be a time where VET is going to break out of this. This trend, this pattern is kind of always following BTC. I don't think it's going to do that. I think a lot of the coins, to be honest, and we'll talk more on this one, right? A lot of the cryptocurrencies on this they kind of follow BTC. I think there's going to be a time very soon, maybe in the next cycle or something, they're going to stop following BTC. They're not going to follow Ethereum either. Do you know what I mean? So I think there's going to be some changes in the industry that we are going to see. So I'm going to be waiting for that one, see where that goes. No, bro. So zero DNB, there is no tool, right? When we do investigations, we have to do it on chain. We have to start looking on chain, and it's hard because I'll give you a good example. Let me give you a really good example. So this is Crypto Quant, very good exchange to track, coins and whatnot, right? But guess what? We can track. We can only track if you look carefully, right? And I'll just move this. Look carefully. You can only track Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoin, and all the altcoins. So when it throws charts to us, it only shows specific. So when I'm looking at BTC, it will show me all the BTC related stuff. When I'm throwing altcoin, it will throw me everything. Do you know what I mean? So it counts LTC as an altcoin. So that's very, very hard for us to actually work out. Very hard for us to actually figure this out. So this is one of the reasons you got to manually get there. Like, for example, if we use Glassnode, same story. And these are on-chain metrics, right? Bubble, you're still here, yeah?
Yes, I am.
Good man, good man. So
Yeah, I
again,
just want to ask you something.
go for it.
What do you know about the KuCoin? It's an
KuCoin.
exchange, I think.
Yeah, KuCoin is a good exchange, very good exchange. I use it myself.
Yeah, because I just heard they list Egld in KuCoin
They have to. They have no
yesterday.
choice. They have no choice. If they
Yeah,
want
they
to get
did
customers,
already.
yeah, if they need customers, they have to. In fact, Egol was listed on KuCoin before everybody else, I believe. No, it wasn't. So it was recently. Sorry, it was recently. All
Yeah,
right.
yes, it's like 2 days ago or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a smart move then.
Of course, if the exchange wants customers, then that's what they have to do. Do you know what I mean? So this is all in the benefit of the exchange, right? So let me
That's
just show
amazing.
this to him. I think you would like this, right? So here, what you can see is the price. One is the price. So the lighter one is the price, and the darker one is the number of transactions. So 0DMB, you can see on Glassnode, we can track. So if we look carefully on Glassnode, we can track these 3 coins, or this 4 as well, right? We can track. So there's 6 coins here we can track. And out of this, what we're seeing is this particular date, right? June the 24th, all right? Number of transactions 194, but again, it doesn't tell us how many coins. So that's a bit of a problem. We can't see how many coins. The only time we can see a good number of no, not even it. If it doesn't show coin, it just shows us transactions, because that's what we need to understand is the number of coins, right? So again, all I'm seeing is UTX. So I'm not seeing the actual number of coins. You see what I mean? So if we can see the number of coins, we can actually see what's going on. Let's see. That would be a nice one to see. So let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at spent volume. Anything here? Anything nice here? Anything on this spike? Nothing. So let's look at 1 to 1 week, because what we're looking for is a spike, and here we go. I think we found it. Right? Okay. So I mean, maybe I'm not going to give the total number, but I think you got this number here, 114 million LTC coins. Out of that, we can assume some of this is retail, which is absolutely fine. But I believe the rest of them could be this manipulator. But again, we have to go and see on chain, where did it move to? Because this is all this is showing us. It's just a chart, nothing more important. It doesn't show us anything else, right? Let's have a look at this 24-hour volume and see what this shows us, right? So 24-hour volume, again, pretty much there's a lot there. Again, this is every single exchange out there. So how are we going to track this? This is going to be insane. Oh my days. Yeah, no, this is going to be insane because this is showing us everything. So there's no point looking at all of this. Yeah, again. So we need to go through with the manual stuff, manual labor, bro. All right. So where were we? We were on VET. Let's go back to VET. So VET, super solid. I believe it has good future. Structure's fantastic. Kind of still pegged to what BTC does, but ultimately it's going to find its own thing because VeChain, the technology is awesome. It's getting partners, especially what happened on the Suez Canal or something, right? That kind of prompted a lot more supply chain, um, you know, um, technology traceability, and VeChain does this. You can trace stuff using the technology, like supply chain management, and that's what VeChain trumps. So that's what it is. I mean, a country like China and VeChain being a Chinese company, and Chinese products being exported. Well, somebody needs to be able to manage them and control the flow, so know exactly how authentic it is and this and that. And that's what this is. And also, VeChain is partnering with some designer clothes and everything, so you can see the authenticity of the clothing. So that's what VeChain is. And VeChain is one of those, it's going to stick around the pennies, but ultimately there is an opportunity for the company for itself to actually go higher and do some crazy numbers. But it's a long-term hold thing. It's not one of those that you just hold. It's pretty much like BTC. Just hold onto it, and you'll see what it does. But if you're in it just for the pump, take the pump, make the money, get the hell out. Don't get wrecked on it, right? That's all I'm gonna say. Um, what else did somebody want? Let me see. What was the next one? Sorry, I'm reading through them one by one. Quant was a awesome coin. Quant is an awesome coin. QNT. Quant is an awesome coin, and it's shown his awesomeness already. It's already had his little dump, and look at this. I mean, this last candle, look at this last candle. It just looks insane, right? That's super, super bullish. Do you know what I mean? When you're looking at this, it's super, super bullish. And also, this is crazy. So you can see from here, so the candle is super bullish. Everyone's trying to protect it, but everything else is indicating that it wants to go down because we peaked out. And as you can see, since its inception, we've never had anything as high as this, right? RSI, sorry, stochastic RSI at 99, almost 100. That's ridiculous. That's very high, guys, very high. Also, when you're looking at this one, 85, very high. So these are very high. I mean, even me, I've got my threshold set up at 75 and 40, which is already high compared to the standard, which is 70 and 30. Do you know what I mean? So normally it would be at 70 and 30, but I've got it set up at 40 and 75. So, I would normally take my profit around these lines. So this is extra, showing like they pump too much. It's going to be bearish. It's going to come down again. So it's doing this. Now, we got to wait for this red line to come and confirm, but I think it's got a potential to come down. Unless the market just goes parabolic and everyone FOMOs into it, then of course it's going to pump. But be careful. That's all I'm going to say. Where we are right now, indication is it is going to calm down a bit. If it does, we can expect it to dump down. So we can just forget this candle for now. And if we use this little data, this point here, so let's use the body here and say, okay, if we were short term, where can we go on a pump? And then if we were going to do a long term, slightly midterm, like for example, so on a midterm, we can go from here to here. This would be the midterm, right? I'm not going to do long term right now. So we can see we have a potential to pump all the way to $525, right? Which is awesome. And in the short term, $445. And then if we just use the same data to say, okay, how far can we dump? Well, it should be the 618 level, which would be here, 315. And on this one, we can use that, and that's exactly where we are. Actually, we did dump to that area. But now if we do the other opposite side, longer term and shorter time, then you can see the worst case scenario is 267, and the best case scenario would be from here. So let me bring it here so we can see clearly. So from here to approximately here, and you can see the best case scenario would be here, right? So we've got this range forming, and we've got these two zones. We've got zone here, which we already reached, and we're bouncing back off, which is awesome to see. That's the bullish scenario. And if we were to be bearish, then we see this scenario. So these are the two zones that we would possibly use to say, okay, if we were to go bearish, where can we find support? And if we were to go bullish, then where can we find support? And so far, I'm seeing the bullish scenario is more at play right now, exactly on the dot. You can't make this stuff up. This is what's going on. So then I can easily take this and I can put it here and I can say, well, this is more likely to what we're going to be doing based on what's going to happen. But in the short term, we are going to see some bearish news, and then it might just push up. So this could still be super bullish. People might jump onto this. VXV. Quant, I mean, I'm sure you just got my opinion, right? Quant is a super awesome project. Super awesome project. So my opinion is very simple. I'm bullish on it. You know, I hold some. I have to be honest, a very small amount, nothing too extravagant, because I bought it very recently. But I do hold some, and I'm quite happy with it. But I'm not going to stick around with it. I'm not going to hold on to it. So when I entered, I did have a target, and if we reach that target, I'm going to go, and I can tell you what my target was, 400, but I kind of missed this boat, so I'm not bothered. I'm going to wait for this boat to come back, and probably do another little, good area around the 450 this time, because I'm looking at it bullish. I might even increase it to 500. So around the 500 mark, I'm going to take an exit and super solid at that time. So that's that. VXV. Let's have a look at VXV. That's one I don't know. It's not on the trading view. Let's have a look at coin market cap, because sometimes I don't have some of these stuff. VXV. So vector space AI, artificial intelligence. I'll be honest with you. I'm not even going to bother reviewing it. If you bought it, be careful. That's all I'm going to say. A lot of companies are coming out now talking about AI and blockchain. And I can tell you, I don't want AI running my blockchain. I want dumb people running my blockchain, so it stays dumb. I don't want a smart blockchain. Do you know what I mean? Because the last thing we want is AI to do anything. And I've seen this before. So many people talking about how, AI does this, and AI is going to do this, and AI is going to be awesome for this. AI in a dApp, a decentralized application, is awesome. Using AI for whatever reason is awesome, but do we really need a token for AI? That's what doesn't make sense to me, right? So when I'm looking at AI projects, they promise this, they promise that, but my question, just in reality, when I come back to reality, is like, what do I need AI for in my crypto space? Because all I want is a token that can be used in an exchange, or so and so forth, or earn me some fees, or I can stake, or maybe mine. What does AI do that for me? What has AI got for me? So again, you're probably investing in a company, and I'll have a little read. There's nothing here. Operates in Ethereum vectors AI currently. So no, nothing here. But let's leave that there, right? Thank you, Ennis. Thank you for becoming a member. Awesome, bro. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. But the fact is like, when we're looking at AI, they're probably just raising capital to build something, or probably just do a rug pull or whatever, ultimately. Again, look, we've got warning signs everywhere. All right, these has not verified this project's market cap. So all of this stuff here, look, there's no data, but they're claiming this is the market cap. So be careful of all of this stuff. Nothing has been verified. Right, look, big warning signs. It's not verified. So when you're going to invest in projects like this, you've got to be really careful who you're following and what they're saying, if they're completely honest with this stuff. Got to go tomorrow, 8:30 school. Okay, bro, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Awesome. Thank you for coming to the show. I know it's dragged on for a long time. And good night, and see you again. And remember, I do streams every single day, and this isn't a special one. I'm doing the second stream tonight, but normally it's during the daytime that I do the streams. So I'll catch you on those. And on Mondays, I do evening ones. So of course, you can catch me on those ones. Thank you very much for that. But yeah, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, when we've got companies like VXV trying to raise funds, they're probably trying to build something, or they're probably going to rug pull, whatever. I'm going to be super skeptic on these. And remember, I'm one of the biggest skeptics in crypto. I don't jump into anything. I don't FOMO. I always keep calm and collective. And when I jump in based on fundamentals and facts and market data, and all the other stuff, good stuff, right? That's what we want. We want to know that this is going to be a company that's going to survive. So I mean, immediately when they said AI, for me, just like, it's that moment. It's like, sorry, what do I need AI for? What's crypto going to do with AI? I mean, we've got Link, which gives price feeds to literally everybody. Technically, it's an AI. You know what I mean? It's another code base. They don't claim to be an AI. We've got Graph indexing the whole blockchain, or the cryptocurrency space, GRT Graph. They don't claim to be an AI, but technically they are. Like your Google search engine, when it ranks and lists and indexes all these pages that you search for, all these new websites, it's an AI, right? And that's what it is. So very, very powerful stuff. You do have to understand. So I just hope you can stay safe on that one and not lose any money. So just be cautious. Just be cautious, So yeah, nothing is verified. So that's all I'm going to say. But I'll have a look into it. Built on Ethereum, great. We can investigate if you want. On-demand correlation matrix datasets. So that's what Link does. So it's a copy of Link. Okay, fine. Hidden relationship data engineering training and artificial intelligence AI systems. For what? Already got your red flag. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. I'm going to leave it there for you. I'm going to leave it there for you. Right? I mean, what does CERN, a particle accelerator, have to do with crypto? Somebody please explain this to me. Particle accelerator. What does a particle accelerator have to do with crypto, guys? Please, somebody explain this to me, because I've just lost it there for a second. You know? And how is that telling me any partnership with this particular company? You know what I mean? So this is kind of the misleading stuff a lot of people do. I mean, they stick CERN, S&P Global. Come on, S&P Global. You're talking about S&P Global. Are you feeling all right? Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things, guys. Please do understand. Don't jump into the hype, right? Don't jump into the hype. Very important. But partnerships with who? I mean, are they telling you they have partnerships, right? Or did the partnership confirm that? Do you know what I mean? Got to really, really understand. So they're saying additional partners and collaborators, pubmed.gov, all right, whatever that is, NHS Library of Medicine, EMBL, fine. But everything they're claiming, did you know that we actually have a coin called Walton that actually does that already? And in fact, forget Walton, forget everything. IBM's Walton, right? Which is, so Walton was a coin, of course, it's probably a fake coin, but IBM's AI already does all of these things, and you don't need to have a crypto for it. Do you know what I mean? After IBM's AI success, they became a private company. They're not publicly listed anymore, so you and me can't go and invest in their company. Only mega corporations can. And they did that after the AI was a success. And the AI is already doing, things that people can't even do, if they can't even imagine. It's looking for medicine, it's figuring out new remedies for stuff, it's doing researches for people. And that's what they're doing. Like, for example, Google has an AI. Again, it's available for free. Where's the crypto for that? So you got to understand, this all sounds great, written fantastic, sounds great. But when you already have something that is super, super big, what chance does this have? What difference is this going to make? Those other AIs have spent a decade doing what they need to do. 1 second. So when we're looking at these AIs, right? One of the most important thing you have to understand is how. Let me just do this 1 second. Basically, I'm in the bedroom and Mrs. wants to go to bed. She's got an early, what was it called? She's got an early 6:30 wake up, right? So what am I saying? I'm talking about. Let me grab all of this stuff. Let me grab my bits and bobs and let's go to the living room and continue there, because I don't want to disturb the family while they're doing their thing. So we're going to just jump over to the living room and continue there. Give me a sec, guys. El Babo, you still here, bro?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm being kicked out of my own bedroom, bro.
It's good.
Yeah.
Now you know who's the boss in the house.
Of course, she's the boss, bro. So anyway,
It's
let's come here. Right. And actually, let me set up the desk as well and get all of this here. Right, this would be easier for me. Right. I've got a desk here, but I don't want to disturb the family or anything while I'm sitting. Good if they want to have their own little, what do you call this? Their own little AI. But we're talking about mega corporations, powerful corporations out there who have a real world case scenario, decades of experience behind them, and then we've got these crypto companies coming out and talking about AI. And so far, everyone that has ever mentioned these AI platforms or whatever, they've all turned out to be either a dead company or complete fake. They've taken your Ethereum, they've taken your BTC, and that's all it is, right? So please do understand this. I mean, the question is AI is great. I have no problem. But why do we need AI in crypto when it's got nothing to do with crypto? Here, they're clearly saying that they're using AI, which is fine, but they want to use it for medical and this and that. So, I mean, when did you need crypto for medical? Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. So that's the kind of stuff I'll try and say. I say, guys, keep your mind open and understand that sometimes it just doesn't make any sense to us, you know? So, backed by patents, it's not magic. Of course, it's not magic. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Because all of this stuff here, as I said, is there. Why do we need a VXB wallet? I mean, isn't that another extra step? So please be careful, Zero DMB. I hope you understand what I'm saying. You know, you don't have to be a fan of the companies. If you're in it to make the money, get the hell out. But just understand some of this, the reality of all of this, right? Because we've got to question everything. We've got to say, well, this all exists for us. It's all there. So why do we end up needing this on a blockchain or anything? I mean, being on a blockchain, by the way, is great. If we can have this on a blockchain, that means it's a public ledger, everybody can see, and everything's great. But why do we need a token or a wallet to run this when we have the big boys out there that you and I could literally go, like IBM Watson, right? Which is one of the biggest out there. Right? This one, IBM Watson, one of the biggest out there. You can go there, one of the best machine learning out there. Do you know what I mean? And you can go and program it and do whatever you want. Right? It's the best in the industry. It's being run in hospitals right now. Do you know what I mean? And it can do everything. You name it. Thank you, bro. No, I hope you do understand. Do you know what I mean? I hope it makes sense to you. Because look, whatever they actually talked about, look at this. Watson is doing this. It's the best in the game. Remember, IBM built the first ever computer. Your first ever Windows computer was built by IBM. So they've been in the game long, decades. And they've already done it. Look at this. They've already done it. So it doesn't make any sense. Because I've played around with IBM as well. And it doesn't make any sense to me. You know, how this, you know, you're using all of this. Because the partners that we, you know, they do have, right? When you look at their partnership, you will notice that they have all the big boys there. So you just got to be really, really careful when you see stuff like this, when you see, you know, companies printed there. What you want to look at, and I'll tell you this would be bullish news, right? If this partner mentions this company, go on it, no problem. If this partner mentions it, go on it. If this partner, go on it. If Microsoft mentions it, go on it, right? But I can assure you, this will only take me to Microsoft.com. That's it. Azure Open Datasets. So just because they're using Azure, which is the so you know Amazon Web Server. So this is Azure, which is Microsoft's web server. So just by using this, datasets.com, services, open datasets overview. So just by using this, does that make it an AI? I don't understand. Do you know what I mean? Okay, let's go to pricing pages. Oh, that's Microsoft. So what's that got to do with the company? So Microsoft already is selling its thing. This is Microsoft Azure. So what's that got to do with the company? So we just kind of debunked it a little bit, right? So they're not really partners. Think about it. You know, why would you need to sell crypto? Then why doesn't Microsoft sell your crypto for you? Because the fact is something else. So I hope this kind of makes sense. There's a lot of these coins. Trust me, I've seen many. Like real estate ones, they're the worst ones, by the way. They come out, we'll do this, we'll do that, we're going to do this, we've done this, and they probably have some sort of a connection, but you don't know. And then all of a sudden, they take your money, and then all of a sudden, the company just drops. You know, you have a $2 billion ICO or IDO or whatever, or $200 million, and I've seen that before. And then after the dump, it literally goes to like 20 million market cap. So you're all bag holders, and then they just walked away with all your money. Do you know what I mean? So it's really important. Please do understand. The facts are very important. I mean, this one just I didn't care about this. When I looked at CERN, I'm like, hold on, what's a particle accelerator got to do with a crypto or any blockchain? This is a particle accelerator. They just run experiments. They're trying to open up a black hole, probably called the devil. Do you know what I mean? Or probably create a new Big Bang, and that's what they've been doing. What's that got to do with the blockchain? It just doesn't make any so stupid. What does CERN do? Atoms. So what's atoms got to do with cryptocurrency? I just looked at that and that just made complete, you know, I don't know what to say, right? This is a particle accelerator. What's a particle accelerator got to do with the crypto? So that was it for me. When I looked at that, I just started laughing. I was like, CERN? Seriously? I know CERN because I do like particles. I like quantum physics and can't believe CERN is here. You know what I mean? So guys, be careful. Okay, what's your next one that you wanted to talk about? Let's have a look. VXV. Now I'm going to ask you a question. If there's any other coins you have, we can talk about these. Obviously, we're still observing the market. I have no idea how my camera feed is looking, by the way, because the lighting might be a little bit off. So just let's carry on. Let's carry on. Also, the room here, the lighting is slightly different, so the brightness, I need to pump it up a little bit. So I've done that. Where are we now? So let's go into this. And let's quickly just browse through some of the pages. We're not going to analyze them. We've been analyzing them all day. So let me just have a quick look. Which one is this? Let's get rid of all of this. Let's see where we are. Okay, bulls managed to recover it. Took it back to 45. Are we still solid? Everything is indicating solid, but no. Bubble, you're still here?
Yes, I am.
You falling asleep or something?
No. I'm listening. I'm a
You're
good
listening,
listener.
yeah? Okay. This is a coin to
I
keep an
didn't know
eye on.
what's happened today on the market. That's why I just saw everything
The
was
market
red
today was
today.
manipulated. So yesterday at 9:30 p.m. UK time or UTC, we had the Cardano launch, right? The smart contract functionality upgrade launch, and it was a successful launch, right? And 7 minutes after that, we started seeing the dump. And that dump just kept on continuing, and the entire market reacted with that dump. And then this morning, there was a fake news about LTC, that LTC made a partnership with Walmart. So in the UK, Walmart owns Asda. So they said we have a partnership with them. And some idiots basically from Litecoin Twitter account decided to retweet that as well. So I didn't have a clue about any of this, and I was doing my morning stream. So remember earlier on, I was doing my afternoon stream. So I was doing that, and KR mentioned it to me, and I just kept on talking on this. I said, look, guys, unless it's on pen and paper, I don't trust it. So just be careful. And I just said that like because I from experience, right? So this is nothing to do with what I'm looking. I didn't bother going to check the news or anything like this. I just went on here and I said, look, end of the day, if they have, great. It's good for all of us. Of course, Pandora's box is being opened, but when LTC posts something, I got to verify that because I've seen it so many times. You know what I mean? The last one was last time I saw the LTC LTC manipulation was just before the founder of LTC actually sold all of his coins. So he announced something big, partnership with some big company, credit card company or debit card company, and they mentioned how they're going to have their own debit card, by the way. So that was big news. Litecoin has its own debit card, right? And after that, we had the big dump that took us down. So I've seen it too many times. So it's very important to understand that some of these things are just pure bollocks. So you've got to be really careful, especially when it comes to Litecoin. And there's a few of those guys. So for example, Matic is one of them that I'm not happy with. And I've realized they're involved in too many scams. So I'm not happy with Matic. That's why that's the chain I've left. I'm not supporting them anymore or any of their coins on there because most of them are scams. Litecoin, they don't have any coins other than Litecoin, but the way the founders and the foundation works, I'm not quite happy with that. So again, that's a coin I've dumped. I said, right, leave it. I don't care if it goes to 1 million. I'm never going to touch that again. XRP, I wasn't happy with how the founders are, hold a majority amount of liquid coins and how they dumped and how they clearly said that the coin XRP is not the same as Ripple. So for me, that says like I got to leave XRP. Do you see what I mean? So when I see this kind of a drama on a coin, I end up leaving those coins one by one. So for me, it's always been like this. Whenever I see something, if I see something crazy, insane, doesn't make any sense, I'm like, okay, sorry, I don't want to be in there anymore. So that's what it was.
Okay, makes total sense then.
Yeah, so sometimes you just got to understand what it is, right? You can't just look at stuff and just FOMO into stuff. You got to really understand that. Okay, if someone's doing so, now I've just realized my laptop battery is dying. So give me a second. Let's get the laptop battery because I don't have the charger here. So now I got to move for the third time. Give me a sec, guys. Let me move for the third time because my laptop charger is here. So let's go here. So I've just moved for the third time now. Let me go onto my sofa. Let me have a look and see if everything's still aligned. And let me grab my laptop charger and keep it charged. Right, got a charger, got everything. Super solid. Right, we're back there. So, do you stake
We can
coins or
see,
earn passive on the bags? Definitely. Sorry, say that again, Bubble.
or we can see even better right now.
Yes, definitely, because now the light's over there. So yeah, I mean that's a dark corner. So yeah, I'm just chilling here. Let's have a look so you can see me. That's so super good. So we've got another question here from um 0DNB. Is it zero? Is it ODNB? It's ODNB. Yes, it is. O.DNB. DNB. I'll call you ODNB or Dr. O. How about O? Yeah, O is good. Remember Dr. O from what's that called? I forgot the show, the TV movie thingy. Dr. O, yeah. Right, let's put this on this because I like a active chart. So let's look at an active chart and let's talk about the market at the same time, right? So, do you stake coins or earn passive income on your bags? I do. But I don't stake on so some of the how do you call this? So these decentralized protocols, these DeFi protocols that you have out there who say come and stake with us and you're going to get 200%. I don't do it there. So also like Uniswap and this and that. Some of them say come and provide liquidity. I don't do it there. I do some stuff on Aave. I do like Aave. Aave I think is quite good. I do stuff over there. Aave is not that bad. But most of the other stuff I do is on the centralized exchanges. I find it to be a little bit more easier to kind of move in and out without paying fees, if that makes any sense. Because when you're using large sums of money to stake, right, whether it be USDT, and USDT pretty much is the same everywhere. Dr. O is good. Also, I'm gonna call you Dr. O. So yeah, so when you're looking at the market itself, like so exchanges do offer 7-8%. Also I do stake some of the coins. I stake them on BlockFi or what's the other one? Nexo. So I use BlockFi and Nexo. I prefer BlockFi than Nexo actually. Nexo, you got to hold their own coin. That's the only problem I don't like. So because of that, I don't really like them, but I do stake with them a little bit. I do hold quite a significant amount of Nexo from when it was pennies, so it just helps me. And I do stake a little bit, very small by the way. And I only stake what I can afford to lose. So if my losing capacity is $1,000, then I'm not going to invest more than $1,000. If it's 100,000, then I'm not going to invest more than 100. Do you know what I mean? Because one of these exchanges could shut down regulations, block your money, and then do whatever. So you don't want that drama. And also, what I found was companies like Nexo and this and that, they have all sorts of security. Yes, yes, you need to go to BlockFi, bro. This I'm gonna tell you, Zero DNB, Dr. DNB, Dr. Zero, Dr. O. Look, today I'm telling you, look in the bottom of the description. There's BlockFi. Go to BlockFi and go and lock your XRP, and you'll earn some good passive income on XRP. Right? Let's have a look. I know some exchanges did block XRP, but let's have a look. XRP. Sorry, not XRP. We're gonna look at BlockFi. BlockFi. I think. Sorry, I normally wear glasses, and when I don't, I have this issue. I'm sure they actually give money on XRP. LTC, let's see, Paxos, DAI. So they got XRP switched off. Actually, do you know what? Let me log into my account and see what's going on, because I can actually tell you from there if they have it active. Because of the SEC rubbish that recently we had, um, I know they did cause some issues. So let me have a quick look at this. Give me a second. Because I've got BlockFi here and I do use them. Let me see if BlockFi actually allow you to, because bro, you've been holding for 4 years, man. That's awesome, bro. That's conviction, man. That is absolute conviction. Because a lot of the people, they did kind of block the thing. So okay, BlockFi in the UK, I can't see. So in the UK, they don't have anything. So on my BlockFi account, I only have Ethereum and Bitcoin. That's it. So I'm being transparent with you. That's all I have there. So that's not the one for you. And they have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Uniswap, Litecoin, Chainlink, Basic Attention Token, Paxos, USD, and DAI. That's all they have. So that's no good for you. Let me see Nexo, because I can tell you which one, because there's a few more. There's one more I don't use as much. There's a very small, I think there's some shrapnels in there, some dust. And I don't even know the logging in details for that actually as well. Celsius, so that's another one a lot of people talk about. Nexo. So I do use Nexo as well. BlockFi, I hate how they take too long to send the money. Nexo sends it slightly faster, but they do have their own problems as well. Nexo, my brother. Nexo, Nexo, Nexo. I'm showing you right now. Nexo will give you 8%. Right? Nexo asset will give you 8%. They will give you 8% on your XRP. So go to Nexo right now. If you need a link, let me know. I can share my referral link. I don't mind getting a little bit of commission out of that. I'm being honest with you. But don't worry, I don't need the commission. Just go straight to Nexo, NEXO. So this is what you're going to go to, my brother. And this is where you're going to be earning 8%. NEXO. Because I've just seen it. It's absolutely fine. No issues at all. So this is, right, Nexo. And on Nexo, earn. Right, and let's have a look at the coins they support. I don't want to log in now. Actually, let me see if I'm already. No, this is okay. They want me to log in. Let's not log in. Let's do this again because I have it on the phone. That's why. Nexo. Why doesn't it show the? Where's the coins? Oh, there it is. Sorry, my bad. Here, look, 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 look. This is Nexo, and look, they call it Ripple, but look, XRP. So you can put XRP, right? And if you put XRP, say for example, if you put say 10K, so they already got that there anyway. So they're saying what you can earn. So if you put 100 XRP, then they're saying after 12 months you got 12%. So that's not bad. So up to 12%, obviously, up to 12%. But with Nexo, remember one thing: if you have a little bit more Nexo, then you get those rates. And so far, you can see where is XRP gone. Here, look, XRP 8%. So on XRP, they're giving you 8%. All right, so this is the one that I do keep most of my thing, and that's if you do the if you have some Nexo tokens equivalent to what they have, and that's the rule. So if you have 10% of total of this, so for example, you have $10,000 worth of XRP, and if you have $1,000 worth of Nexo, then you earn the highest possible rate. You get a plus, you get a bonus. So that would be 10%. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I like Nexo a little bit, but that's because I bought those Nexo tokens for pennies, and it does work for me. So this is where I hold some amount of USDT. It's earning me money. I've even got GBP there, funnily. So they do allow GBP as well. So I do use some of that in the UK, that is. But different countries, different thing. But ultimately, most of the crypto here listed here are there. Right, so that would be the one for you, my brother, where you can go and earn some XRP interest account and earn some passive income. And it does no, by the way, you can cancel anytime. You have a big bag since 4 years. Do you have any adjustments? So now you've got that anyway. So yeah, yeah, no, bro, this is the reality. You gotta just go out there and find it. Of course, you didn't meet me before. If you did, you would have known about it. And I think I have an XRP link somewhere. I don't know. Are you on the Discord? If you're on Discord, I'll send it to Discord. I'm sure I got it there somewhere. I'm not joking. I've got it on my notebook somewhere. Somewhere in my notes I have it, but I just don't bother with this stuff because I'm not here to sell my links. I'll help people out, but I'm not here to sell my links or anything like this. I'm not here to earn commission out of it or get you guys to lose money or anything like this. Do you know what I mean? So just be humble, man. At the end of the day, that's my whole idea. But I don't even know how to get the link. Let me see if I got a link. Okay, so if I invite you, you put 100 back. Do you know how much I get? Only $10. So, but even then, that's fine, no worries. Let me copy the URL and I'll send it to the Discord. And hopefully that would help. Or I might be able to even send it to the stream. So hope that helps everybody. Let me send it to the stream. See, let me go to the stream. But yeah, it's been a nice little chill today, right? Nice little crypto chill today. It's not bad, huh? I think it's the longest stream I've ever done. So this is Nexo, guys. Hope it helps everybody. Happy days to all of you. This is the link. So if that helps you, it helps you. Happy days. And I'll post it on Discord as well if it helps anybody. But it doesn't matter how much you invest. I'm only gonna get $10 anyway, I believe. So happy days to me. I'm getting $10 richer today. But that's what it is. Go out there, check it out, bro. I hope this helps you. And thank you, brother. We'll definitely have a look tomorrow after work. Awesome, bro. Awesome, exactly. So this is what I suggest to people, right? So if you've got coins that, say for example, it's you've been holding for a long time, especially from like 2017, 2018, or 2019, you've been at it, and you know the market hasn't peaked out, but you're not quite ready to take it into the market and sell it. Don't leave it in an exchange. And if you do, make sure the exchange gives you some APR. If it doesn't, then put it into something like this and earn some money over it. Do you know what I mean? Earn some rewards on it. Why do you want to sit on an empty thing? Oh, there you are, Maki. Okay, so you are Maki. I've got you. Do you know, Maki? Shall I leave you as Maki or shall I change you to Doctor O? Tell me, because I can change your nickname to Doctor O if you want. So do you want me to leave you as Maki or Doctor O? Let's have a look and see what happens anyway. You let me know because I can change you to Doctor O so everybody knows you as Doctor O. That would be awesome, right? Okay, Maki's typing. Let's have a look what Maki types. Doctor O sounds awesome, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. El Bubble, absolutely, bro. Bubble, you still on the stream? Oh, you're still here, bro.
Yes,
You're typing as well. Happy days, man. I see you. I see you. Um, let's have a look at the stream and see what's going on. But Bubble, did you get that information as well? Do you understand what that means for you as well? That means that if one of these companies actually take an interest into your coin as well, and if you want to be a long time holder, then what you need to do is also find a company that will give you some interest and earn some interest on it. Do you know what I mean? So let me see this one. Does it allow this in UK? So in UK, we've got Polkadot, Dogecoin, Cardano, Tron, Chainlink, Paxos Gold, Stellar, XLM, BNB. Wow, they actually allow BNB now. That's interesting because I didn't see that one before. So I know where some of my BNB is going now. So they allow EOS, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, GBP of course. And on GBP, El Bubble, on GBP we can earn up to 12%, bro. All right, GBP, we earn up to 12% sitting on that account. Do you know what I mean? So rather than leaving in a stupid bank, which gets restricted and whatnot, put it in this. Your bank doesn't give you 12%, they give you 0.5%. This gives you up to 12%. Do you know what I mean? So that's awesome. No, no, that's fine. Keep it on That's fine. If you got 13% APR on Egold because you're staking it on Egold, I know you're doing that. That's fine. But what I'm saying, if it's something that you don't have, put it on what do you call this? Put it on stuff like this, like a GBP or something. Save it in here, and you're earning some interest. You know what I mean? But remember, companies like this are heavily regulated, and regulation can put a stop into stuff like this. But also has a plus point, means that your money may not go. So yeah, I mean here you can actually put GBP as well. USD, we have Euro as well. So, if you want to save some Euro here, you can do that. And it's connected to your bank, and what it would do is transfer it back to your bank straight away. So this is beautiful. You can enter with crypto and exit with fiat if you want. They don't have a problem with that. And you can withdraw fiat as well. So that's all there. Obviously, when we're looking at that website, where is it? When we're looking at this website, we're not seeing the UK. This is kind of everything. Oh no, UK is here. Look, it's here. Look, my bad. Look, UK is here. GBPX. Look, interest account up to 12%. Look at that, 12%. So does that make any sense to you? And this is
Mhm.
interesting kind. Look, it's 12%, bro. It's there. And these are all the coins. Like for example, where's Euro? Um, okay, Euro's not showing. Oh, Euro is here. Look, Euro is here. So you've got USD. So this is for the USA customers, Euro customers. And we can even go cross between them, by the way. We can transfer and trade between them. So you can swap. So in this Nexo, this company here, Nexo, um, what we can do, this is really cool as well. And by the way, they have a debit card as well. So you can actually spend that on a debit card. And you can transfer between any one of these coins. So you can enter with GBP legally, no problems. Then transfer into that or any one of these, and then move out into another crypto exchange and play the game all day long. Do you know what I mean? So it's there. So I hope this kind of helps. Where there's a will, there's a way. So this kind of proves that. But remember, stuff like this are very risky, right? Stuff like this is very risky, so you have to be very, very careful. As I said, regulation. That would be the only thing. It's like putting money in your bank and your bank seizing it. That's the kind of stuff you have to understand that happens with stuff like this. Um, but yeah, I mean, is there any other coins you guys want to talk about, or anything like this? Interesting. Bubble, you still here?
Yep, I'm just trying to go in CoinGecko to see how much next, so it's worth it.
Oh, Nexo. Nexo is not that. Nexo plays
Yeah.
around with BTC. Um, I bought Nexo when it was, I think it was 7 or 8 cents. But I bought that time back, when I was testing them out. So originally, when I tested them out, I actually tested them with $1,000. That was it, and $1,000 worth of BTC, and then some Nexo as well. And then when I realized that Nexo project is good after all my testing was done, then I just went super bullish and I just bought a whole bunch of them. So Nexo is a good project. Um, what they're doing, how they're building it. And I believe, if I'm correct, I can't remember on the top of my head right now. I believe Nexo is actually based in UK and also has so again, as I said, I can't remember 100%, but I believe they also have what do you call this? The £85,000 FCA regulation thingy. The retail protection like the banks have. I believe they also have that as well. So Nexo's been on a rip, as you can see. And yeah, I bought Nexo around here somewhere. When it first came out, I bought it down here somewhere. Yeah, it was down here somewhere, 7 or 8 pence or something like this. And then this thing's just been on a rip for me. So, we had a high of almost $4, you can see here. So it's done pretty well. Currently sitting at, what's current price today? Sitting at $1.54. It's one of those coins, you're not holding it to make money, you're holding it to get more interest, if that makes any sense. And that's what I did. I'm just holding it to make more interest, nothing else. Because if I'm getting another 2-3% more, and I am a VIP member over there, so when you have that more, what do you call this? When you have enough coins over there, they do give you a VIP status, which is kind of awesome. Just another Alonso hard fork news, which Doesn't matter to us. So yeah, this is awesome. Awesome stuff. I think it's been the longest. I think, you know what? I've just noticed, and I'm not going to joke with you. This is hilarious. I'll show you this. Check this out. So you see this here? It's reset. Because we've been on the live stream so long, they reset this. 30 minutes ago, they reset this. How crazy is that? They actually reset the live stream, but it's still streaming. It's still live. But they reset the
They
clock.
just showed me 3 hours.
Probably 3, 4 hours. Yeah, they just, yeah,
No, 3 hours and 7 minutes.
exactly. Crazy. The longest stream I've ever done, right? But I hope it found value to people, so that should be quite nice. If everyone found value in it, that's all that matters, you know? So yeah, it's
I
been a
think
very, very,
for a lot of people they like to hear this is going to the moon, this is gonna explode,
yeah,
this is gonna be make you millionaire. But when you show them the facts,
yeah. But you know,
they
my
been a
streams, on
little
my
bit.
stream, I don't do that. On my stream, it's all about, just
That's a,
small
that,
facts, simple facts. Be real, be logical. We're not here to hype anything, and we want to stay safe because crypto is a very dangerous, asset to play around with. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to lose your money. So ultimately, my goal is to try and make sure, as I can help as many people, and too many people don't lose money. It's very, very important because it's not about making too much money. If you can make enough money and make little bits more often, you're better off than everybody else. And if you're a long-term hodler, you're always going to make more money than any trader. Do you know that? People who have been holding BTC, Bitcoin, for the last 10 years have made more money than people who have been trading the same amount in the last 10 years. That's a fact. In the last 1 year, if you hold one Bitcoin, you've made more money than people who hold one Bitcoin and try to trade it. Because with trading, it's a crazy mathematic, but you win some, you lose some. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're always gonna, like, even if you do know what you're doing, by the way, you're always gonna lose a small percentage more often than win. And when you win, you might win double that, but your losses are far higher than your wins. You might get lucky once in a while where you might do a 10x trade and actually win 10 times more. So one BTC might make you 10 Bitcoins. But you got to be really, really careful, and you got to know what you're doing in order to do that kind of a trade. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard stuff, but that's what it is. Crypto and chill, huh?
yeah, but this is what you said also. If you have a coin, stick to it, and the rest just do some small profits and go out.
That's it. That's it. Because remember, one of the most important thing is you got to always be able to have enough discipline to take your initial investment out, right? Initial investment is the key. If you can't take your initial investment out, then it's bad because that's when you lose most of the money. You lose your sleep. You lose everything. What's this? This is Ethereum. Still nothing. You see, I don't see any action. You know what I mean? See, there's a very small action. Nothing. Look at these volumes. Stupid volume. Nothing. What is this? BDC. Let's have a look at this. Again, same. Look at this. How stupid the volume is. Nothing bullish about any of this stuff. Look at this. There's absolutely nothing bullish about any of this stuff. All I see is just bearish, bearish, bearish. Mm. Nothing here. Sol's gonna dump a little bit more. Yeah, Sol is gonna dump a little bit more before it recovers. So everything I'm seeing today is just fake pump, or not even a pump. Honestly, look at this. I mean, if you look at Cardano, for example, dump, nothing great. We've got to hold these support lines now. Yeah, XRP is following BTC, but XRP is waiting for the news, so we'll wait for that one. So oh, there it is. I'm looking for Egld. Egld on the 4 hourly looks okay, but this is indicating to us that there's a bearish divergence forming, so be careful. All right, if someone hasn't bought, then be careful. That's what it's telling me on the 4 hourly. On the hourly, saying, okay, we could possibly go bullish again, and so far, it is respecting this trend line that we drew during the daytime. So it looks okay. But remember, when we do create these situations, we need to get above these previous necklines. So when we're talking about neckline, we're talking about these levels here. Look, this pattern here, for example. So no, let me draw it better for you, more accurately. This one, this one, this one. What we need to do is now go here. We need to go above this position to be bullish again. So hope that kind of makes sense. So let's see. And then once we get to there, I think we're going to shoot for the $500. You know, because that's the one that's going to show us a $500. But this is a mini time, so let's have a look on the daily. Daily is going to be more important for us than anything else. On the daily, we've got a long way to go.
When it's going to 500, I need to fly to Germany.
Holiday.
Yeah, me and my friend, we are in Egld,
Yeah, yeah. It's
like big
both of you.
bags.
Good man.
But my bag is a little bit bigger than his,
Bro, it doesn't
and I
matter.
gonna fly there to celebrate.
Good. That's what you need to do.
And and he said he gonna come back to UK when the Eagle gonna be 2K. That means he needs another 4 years for that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, we daily, look, daily indecisive. So this is a good thing to see actually. If you look at this daily candle, very indecisive. It hasn't decided to go up or to go down. But ultimately it is slightly lower than previously. So let's see what happens. I mean, we know today we're not going to close a bullish candle. This is going to be bearish today. Everything is indicating bearish. We might even have another bearish candle here tomorrow. But ultimately, as long as we can hold the trend line, we're solid, right? And the big trend line to hold is this trend line, by the way, not this one. This is the bullish trend line, ultra bullish, and this is the actual bullish trend line that we want. So this is the more sustainable trend line. You know, easy, go slow and easy, and then you can get to higher levels. These ones are dangerous. The higher they go, the faster they fall. So yes, super solid, super solid. But remember what I told you, one of the key things to do is try and take your initial out as soon as you can. So, you know, if you invested.
Once they exchange, when the exchange it's out, I just transform it. I put them in a stable coin, and
No, no,
anyway, I leave
yeah, I
them
mean,
there.
you can do that. But what I'm saying is, like, for example, remember the advice I always give to people. So if you invested $10,000, for example, and now you've made $100,000, take your $10,000 out. That's it. Leave the 90, that's fine. But take your 100 out at least, because that way you know that you've got your original money out. That's the peace of mind. Then you can sleep well. And then with the 90, you can still go because you're only taking 10% of what you made so far. Do you know what I mean? So that's the key. You got to take your initial investment out as soon as possible, and you sleep well. You know, like me, I'm just relaxed, chilled. Doesn't bother me. Market does its thing. It's fine. Let the market do its thing. Why are you worried for? You know what I mean? Why? Because end of the day, you know, I'm just chilled, super chilled, because I've taken my initial out. Where is it? So when I entered here, let me do on the weekly. It's gonna be easier. Let me get rid of all of this nonsense as well. So for me, when I entered around here, I took my initial out here. So you can see I took it out at that time. So I was up a lot, but I only took the amount I put in here. And since that day to now, I sleep well every day. You know what I mean? Because what I'm
Yep.
playing with is just free money. And now it gives me opportunity to take more higher risks. You know, if I lose some money, I lose some money. If I win some, I win some. But ultimately, my conscious is that I've taken my initial out here and all of it actually, and then kept the initial out and then entered back in with my profits here. So you see what I mean? So now it's just pure profit money. Just play with this and happy days. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, my brother. This is just the beginning of the week. Beginning of the week. So we're gonna have to observe this and see what it does on Wednesday. So not Tuesday, not tomorrow. Wednesday is a key date for us. Why? Because you can see this is us today. This will be us tomorrow, and this will be us on Wednesday, which is the day of the Golden Cross. Look, this same day here. So let's see how everybody reacts on that day. We know today Michael Saylor a key figure in the blockchain space currently, in the Bitcoin space. He bought, I forgot how many $1 million worth. He bought cryptocurrency today. He bought Bitcoin today again. So he owns quite a bit of Bitcoin. I forgot. I think he bought 5,000 coins or something today, or 500 coins. I can't remember, but I think he bought a large amount of Bitcoin today. So that's good to see, and we know that that's where the institutions want to buy. So Bitcoin is a key for us. Remember this.
Yes, I see your graphics.
Hmm?
I'm checking your lines, how you move your mouse.
Oh, no, 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 oh, bro. I follow stuff. So here, for example, Bitcoin has to go above this line. You see this line here, and you see how we formed a new triangle here? So we have to go above this line to be bullish again. Until we get above this line, we're not bullish, you know?
Okay.
So this is how I sometimes just do some little maths, very small maths. So here, for example, I can see my triangle, and it tells me exactly where I need to be. So I need to break above this line to be bullish. So all this we're seeing today is nothing. I need to see it go here, so then we can be bullish, which is the $47,000 mark around here. Here, 47. So once we get to this, then we're bullish. But you can see, looking at this pattern, that we have a lot of problem here. So when you see pattern is low, this means no problem. When you see this, means a lot of problem. So far we have a lot of problem on this particular level. A lot of problem here. So let's see what this does. Because this is all trouble for us. Trouble. So let's see.
We're gonna see. For me, I'm just curious, because a lot of people they are talking by end of the year
100,
it's gonna
100K,
be
200K, yeah?
no. They said until Thanksgiving, it's gonna go up, and after it's gonna go down
Hmm.
for the next 4 years and whatever. They say the circle is closing in that time, like the 4 year cycle.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's incorrect news because the 4 year cycle, let me see if I can show it to you. I'll show you here how the 4 year cycle works, what the 4 year cycle is. The 4 year cycle is based on, and let me bring it on a weekly so it's easier. The 4 year cycle is based on this. So you got 2011 to 2013, right? And then after 2013, it was 2017. So they're calculating 4 years from 13 to 17, and then 17 to 21. That's the 4 year cycle. But what they're not calculating is, look, we had 1, 2, 3. So this one, 2011 to 2013 was a 2 year cycle. And then 2013 to 2013 was a 6 month cycle. Then we had this long 4 year, absolutely. Then after that, we had this 19. So is it a 4 year cycle? Absolutely. But based on what? Just by this one data, 2013 to 2017, doesn't mean it's a 100% 4 year cycle because Bitcoin has been around only for 12 years. So, and when they're talking about other coins like Egld and Ethereum, well, they haven't been around for 12 years. You know what I mean? They've only been around for 6, 7 years. So how can you even say they have a 4 year cycle? You can only confirm something as a 4 year cycle if you've done it 3 or 4 times before. Then you say this is the pattern. But this pattern has only done it twice, and not even that because this was technically the second time and it failed. So we call it a failed rally. You know what I mean? And then even in 2021, it hasn't topped the market. So if we have a top up on 2022, then this becomes a 5 year cycle. Does that make sense to you?
Yep.
Because 2017 to 2022 is 5 years, not 4 years. So that breaks the cycle. So again, people will say what they want, anything they can sell. But personally, I'm not here to sell you anything. I don't want your money. I don't want anything from you. You know what I mean? I'm here to only state the facts, nothing else, just the facts, nothing more. You know, and some logic and reasoning. Because ultimately, remember, anytime we Super, super. Awesome, bro. I didn't see you, Zero DMB, Dr. O. Thank you very much again for coming to the show and thank you for being an awesome supporter. Really love you, appreciate you. And yeah, thank you, bro. Go to sleep. I'll see you tomorrow probably. So I'll wake up and do another stream again. So awesome, awesome for everybody to come to the show. It was an insane stream, I believe, right? This is the longest stream I've ever done. Um, and yeah, so what were we saying? We're saying so a lot of
Recycle.
yeah, a lot of the YouTubers that come on YouTube, they're all about hype. Hype, 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 hype. And I understand they're entertaining customers and some people love the entertainment, but while they're being entertained, we have this human nature when we're happy and we're excited, we don't think, we become stupid. So because we now so happy in these streams, we become really excited and we make wrong decisions. And a lot of these big YouTubers, they understand that. They create massive hype, shouting, screaming, hype, hype, hype. And they will leave you with some comment or something, right? And I can show you hundreds of channels like this. And they're experts at it, by the way. So they have loads of subscribers because of this, right? And they hype something to you, and you go and you get wrecked. So there are, you know, YouTubers out there that said they would say, guys, look, I'm doing a $1 million trade. Here's my link below. You get $6,000, and they wreck you. Do you know what I mean? They will wreck you. You've got other guys, they're promoting coins, but they'll do it after they've bought it. So remember earlier on, I mentioned a specific coin, and I said, which was the coin? The coin was, I believe, there was a name for the coin. I can't remember the coin. Let me see the list. There was a coin, and I said, who the hell pumped this? Because they shouldn't have. Mover, mover. So we talked about MOVR, and someone pumped it, and I'm sure some YouTuber or some Twitter pumped it, right? MOVR. Let's try this. MOVR. Yeah, this one here. Right? Someone came in and just pumped the coin, and this is why you've got this. You know, we've only had this coin for 1.5 months. Someone decided to come and pump it, and it's pumped. You know, and look where it's pumped to. You know, like $400-500. So that's what it is. Someone's bought it cheap. Someone's bought it down here, or probably they got paid by the actual token itself. Because remember, this token was worth nothing. Do you know what I mean? So something being worth nothing, like $50, and then from $50 shooting all the way up to here. You got to understand, someone's been involved in this. And this is why I don't hype anything. And I'm like, if something's hyped up, then just wait for it because it will come down again. You know, but based on a pattern, obviously. So this will definitely come down a little bit before it hypes again. But, you know, and I looked at the technology, it looks good. Looked at what they're trying to do, it looks good. Am I going to buy some? Maybe. But am I going to FOMO in? No. I'm going to be very calm. I'm going to wait for it to come down to a good level before I buy, you know? Because we're not here to just jump into stuff that's hyped, if that makes any sense, right? So I'm just checking what's going on. Everything is good. Stream is good. But yeah, Bubble, it's just you and me, bro.
Let's go to sleep.
My day's about to start, my
Um,
brother. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna stop the stream. It's been awesome. Thank you very much for joining.
no, thank you.
You know, and Matt coming into the show as well. Matt from Matt's Market, that was awesome as well. That was really nice, connecting with a buddy from the other side of the ocean. That's been really cool, and we are going to do some collab very soon as well. So that would be really nice, to talk about
Sounds
other stuff.
great.
Yeah, and I think we kind of talked about all sorts of crazy stuff, all sorts of crazy facts here today as well. Um, I'm sure some of the guys probably just fell asleep listening to us talking about this all day long. But do you know what? I've been doing this since 9 a.m. today. I'm not joking. Since
Wow,
9 a.m., I've been doing it either on a video or I've been doing it talking to people over the phone. The only time I didn't talk was about 2 hours when I went out for dinner with the family. But other than that,
at least.
yeah, that's the only 2 hours break I got. Other than that, I've been doing this all day. My throat is dry now. So I'm gonna go and have another green tea and carry on. It's not
All
finished.
right. I catch you tomorrow then.
Definitely. And I think you and
All right,
I
thank
think
you.
your friend is gonna. I saw him the other day. I think he's gonna come over with you, probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. I think tomorrow you guys are coming to the restaurant or
Yeah,
something.
we're gonna see it tomorrow exactly what we're gonna do. I just spoke with him.
Yeah, because he wants to talk about more about the stuff like crypto related stuff face to face. So kind of show him a few bits and bobs. I think he was amazed when he looked at my charts and some of the things I
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah. I told him as well.
Yeah, he was looking
You
at the
know,
charts
I
the other day. And you
do.
can see his face. He was shocked. He was like, "Wow, okay, I need to come and talk to you on Tuesday." I'm like, "That's fine, bro. Anytime." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He didn't expect it to see like a lot of stuff, and I think he doesn't understand a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
and
But it's
it
basic
was
maths. You
just
see, the thing is, it's all basic maths, right? Once you
yes
understand,
for some
once you,
people.
the thing is, you got to take, your discipline. The number one discipline is when you start controlling your mind. So your mind and your heart, you control both of them. Your heart falls in love with a coin, that's fine. Okay, that's the one you choose, right? You can only fall with one coin. You choose that. Like your case, Eagle, my case, Bitcoin, right? But then what you do, you clear your mind and you start being logical. Stop the noise and everything. You say, okay, what is this coin? What is that going to do? Or is there other coins? Now, because your mind is not thinking about other stuff that people are feeding you, you start looking at the chart and you say, well, I could be wrong, but can the maths be wrong? Can 1 plus 1 be 2? Or can 1 plus 1 be 5? So if you can see 1 plus 1 is 2 and I can see 1 plus 1 is 2, we both agree, right? And if somebody comes and says 1 plus 1 is 5, we have a problem. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the wrong maths.
Yeah.
So it's
Anyway, we have a lot of stuff to learn.
no, no, of course. Listen. What slowly, you take it steady, you take it slowly. There's a lot to learn, and once you learn it, you'll come back to the point where you'll be like, oh, do you know what? I realize it now. Because I talk about it quite often to quite a few people, because they come up to me and they're like, oh, what's the best indicator, or what's the best thing to use? And I'll be like, oh, you want to use an indicator? And I'll show you a good chart for this. Let me give you a good example. They come up to me and they'll be like, I want to use an indicator. I'll be like, use this. I use it all the time. And then they'll be like, so how do you do patterns? And I'll be like, I do this. And I got my pattern. Do you know what I mean? And that kind of freaks people out when I show that. They're like, what do you mean? I said, that's it. That's my pattern. I now know what to expect. I now know that this is my top line. I now know this is my triangle. So I'll show you a good example. So I now know this is my triangle and I need to go onto this triangle and basically break out of this triangle. And when I connect all the dots, this is what I've got. So I know I'm gonna bounce around these levels and I'm gonna come up and break above. And when I do break above, what kind of prices can I expect, right? So it's a very simple way of doing it. And when I show that to them, people will just freak out. And I'm like, now we can see what the market is doing because you can see the structure and the shape. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but the thing is, you we tend to watch YouTube and to follow people and all the stuff, but none of them they show you exactly what expected.
no, but if they do, then they expect that you're not going to come back to the show.
Yeah,
And I say
one.
if I can change one person's life, and if that one person can actually learn something from me and benefit from me, then I've succeeded. You know what I mean? And when it comes to like YouTubers, they kind of don't like other to promote other YouTubers. Well, I go to Matt's channel. So Matt, he has a channel. I actually go to his channel and watch his stuff. Also, I'll give you a good example. A lot of people haven't noticed this on Discord, right?
I
Um,
need to go to the store.
Look, I have a whole section for self-advertising. You can go and advertise your videos. Here you can advertise your business. Here you can advertise your streams. You can advertise your channels. I'm not stopping you. I'm not stopping any of my
Yeah,
members
it's
seeing other
okay.
people's stuff. I welcome you to go and explore the world. Because what do I always say? And I don't know if you saw this one. This is funny, right? So when you go to my YouTube, you see it. This is funny. Let me go to my channel to show you this.
Yeah.
Where is it? Wow, interesting. So let me go back to my channel and I'll show you this. You're going to love this one. Interesting. Okay, so I can't see this because of what's going on. But normally you will see this ad here and it says, after you've seen everybody, then come to me. You know what I mean? Go to all the YouTube channels, then come to me. Actually, I have it here. Because why? Because end of the day, I want you to explore all the YouTubes, see them for what they are. Nobody's stopping you, right? Where is it? Customization, customization. Yeah, there you go. Right here, look, last stop on YouTube after you've seen them all. That's what I say. This is the last step. Do you know what I mean? So, last stop, sorry. So, once you've seen everybody, then come to me. Because what you're going to find here, you're not going to find anywhere else. And one of the most important things that you will find here, and Bubble, you are experiencing it right now. I don't discriminate anybody. You are Bubble, you can come to my show and talk to me. You don't have to be a celebrity only. But go to any YouTube and say, I want to talk to you. No, no, no. They only want the celebrities to talk to them. They don't even talk
For
to you.
the pump.
Yeah. They don't want to talk to you. I'm happy to talk to everybody. Have you realized everything? I answer every single question. Of course, there might be a time in a day when I won't be able to answer all these questions, you know, and I'll probably able to be only answer the top questions or people I know, or especially the members. For example, he's a member, so I know he's a member. I'll probably be able to only answer his question. There will be a time, right? But now, as long as I can, I will answer every single question that I can. And you know, from the point of this whole stream, I've been answering every single question, whether it was here or whether it was on Discord, doesn't matter. Every single question has been answered.
Yeah.
You know,
And you are one of the few who answered all these questions
no,
and show graphics, and
absolutely. I mean,
the
if I
other
don't have
ones.
time, that's a different story. But if I have some time, I want to help you. I want you to explain. Like, ODNB, right? He asked me, he said, investigation into Litecoin. And I was happy to show the investigation. It's hard, but I can show you how the whole thing starts. And then we spend days and hours into getting into this because we're not following the news, by the way. So, a lot of people think, oh, just if we want the data, just jump into the news. Well, I have my news open, but I'm not going to follow this news because majority of this could be paid. So we don't want stuff like this. You know what I mean? We need to understand what the real news is. This is okay for just a rough idea, but I'm not going to use this as my main news or my information. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Rico, he just writes something in the chat. What
Rico,
does MACD
Rico
means?
Valesco. Dumb question. What does MACD mean? Moving average convergence divergence. That's what it means. Moving average convergence divergence. MACD. Is that good, Rico? I hope it helped. I hope you got the answer. MACD means moving average convergence divergence. Nothing more. Right? And we can get a chart for this. Let's get a nice little chart. And let me show you what moving average convergence divergence means. And I'll show you what this means. So on a moving average convergence divergence, what you're following, so this is actually the RSI, and you can see this is the stochastic RSI, right? So what we're doing is we're looking how the average sentiment is either positive or negative. So here we can see this moving average, we have this divergence here forming, and we agree that this is forming here. So we can see the moving average, divergence forming here. Now we know the market will become bullish when we end up seeing this coming back into this line. So we have a line here, right? This is the line, point of no return. Like anything below this is bearish, anything above this is bullish. So here you can see bullish, bearish. So we know that we have this convergence divergence forming where we know that the market is going down. So this is why we're seeing all of this red. But we know when this flips back up again, we're going to start becoming bullish again. And then we go extra parabolic. So you can follow these blue lines. As long as the blue lines are coming down, that means market's coming down. And then also this being red. And when this becomes green again, so green zone, we know that's blue line also confirms that's coming there. That gives us the convergence divergence. Hope this kind of makes sense in short. Awesome, bro. No worries, Rico. That's what I do here, man. Very simple stuff sometimes. By saying that, there are some indicators I even forget the names, you know, because there's so many, there's hundreds, and in fact, you're gonna see this, you're gonna freak out. indicators. Look at how many indicators I use. Try charting a chart with all of these indicators. I'm telling you, it'll freak you out. This is how many indicators I use. But then I have my own custom indicators that I use. These are my own indicators. I own them. So I have my own custom, but you can see my own two favorites that I have. But other than that, I have my own custom indicators that I also use, my own custom Fibonacci's, all sorts of other stuff. And then when I look at my favorites, look at this. There are hundreds. So I even forget half the names sometimes. So yeah, but when it comes to, as I said, when it comes to the main things, when I am actually doing my thing, right? Hold on, let me get rid of this. When I am doing my thing, yeah. Ultimately, when I am doing my thing, I'm just using a simple line. A simple line for me is good enough. I don't need to know about any of this stuff. I don't need to follow this, convergence, divergence. More normally, you will see all my charts. I just use a stochastic RSI and RSI. So RSI is giving me the people sentiment, so the public, the institutions, everybody like retail. These are the investor sentiment, relative strength indicator, right, or index. And then I'm using the stochastic RSI to actually also give me the trading information. So this is the trading momentum, the trading index. Think about it that way. So I'm using both of them as my convergence divergence, if that makes any sense to you. So it's the same tool, because remember, there's only about three or four types of what do you call this, indicators. And there is a video. I do have a video, guys. Where is it? So you might want to go to that video and download the PDF, because I did put a PDF out. El Bubble, I'm not sure if you saw that PDF, my bro.
I didn't.
You didn't. I did do a stream, and there's a PDF there. So you can go to that stream and download that PDF. I don't remember where I put it. Oh, this one here. So anyone go to this one, look. What type of technical indicators are there? This actually has a PDF on the bottom of the link. Actually, I'll share the link to you right now. Give me a second. There is a link, bro. Because I put a link there so everybody could, yeah, Google Drive. So what I'll do, I'll post it to Discord for you.
Oh, that's amazing. Discord is very good. I really like it.
It's the
It's the
best.
first time when I use it. I never use it.
All right, so this should be the Google Drive link. Should help you because I've got it on the Google Drive. And so who else shall I give it to? I need to go onto today's stream. So let me jump onto today's stream. Oh, this. Hold on. What type of technical? Yeah, this is the one, isn't it? I believe it is. So let me go into channel. And this is the one I'm doing today right now. Yeah, this is the one I'm on right now. So let me go into this one. And let me drop the link on the chat. Hopefully that helps everybody. And yeah, that's it, guys. Awesome. Yeah, sometimes this is all bugged out, but I don't want to use too much resources here. So let me get rid of all of this stuff here. And let's go back into this right now. So yeah, I hope that kind of helped. No worries. Rico, if you have any other coins or anything you want me to talk about, let's talk about it. No worries. If not, then I'm going to call it quits. I think this has been the longest stream in my history. Approximately how long has it been? Bubble, 4 hours?
It's 3 hours and 40 minutes.
3 hours and 40 minutes. Damn, bro. And you guys were so patient that you guys actually stuck with me for almost 4 hours. My God. I must be doing
1
something
hour I
wrong.
was in the
I
car.
must be doing something wrong because I see other people pre-record stuff, come on for 5 minutes and then disappear. And here we are for almost 4 hours. My God, this is insane. So yeah, I mean, look, let's just call it quits. It's been a long one. I'm gonna go and do some work. Thank you, Rico, for coming to the show. El Bubble, you smashed it, bro. Thank you very much. Everyone else that came today to the show, it's been awesome. It's been an insane educational stream, in my opinion. Rest is up to you guys. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Like, share with another if you find value. Join Discord, follow me on Twitter. And you would be eligible to actually win the $10,000 giveaway that I'm going to be doing very soon. So yeah, that would be all awesome. And El Bubble, you being a sport for coming onto the stream, especially talking live on the stream. So I'm sure I'm going to play a little. I'm going to check out the replay to check the sound quality to understand what happened, why some of the guys couldn't hear Dan earlier on, and then move from there. Awesome, Rico. No worries, man. This is what I do. This is the kind of stuff I do. Now, I try and help people as much as I can. I try to help at least one person every single stream. And we're trying to change, help 1 million people. That's the most important thing, and trying to get 1 million subscribers while we do that as well. So change people's lives and get to that point where we have 1 million subscribers and everybody has at least benefited once. So yeah. So other than that, El Bubble, awesome. Thank you, my brother. It's been
All right, thank you very much
awesome.
for everything.
So yeah, I'm gonna cut the stream short, and that's it. Adios, my amigos. I'll see you on another one very soon. Thank you very much.